Yeah, welcome back to NationWars 3. We're about to have the winners match here in Group A of the round of 16. This is day one of the round of 16. It's going to be China against Ukraine. And will China reign supreme once again? Well, what happened? Didn't we have a Ukrainian flag?
Yes, we have, but I'm not sure.
That's what I was looking for.
Somebody was supposed to take care of the flags, but I think that person was drinking beer, so they probably forgot about it.
Sounds like Home Story Cup style of doing things.
It feels a little bit like, it's funny, this is just a month of Home Story Cup. First we had Nation War over here where everybody's just fun and relaxed and chill. Now we actually do have Home Story Cup coming up as well in the later stages of December. I think it starts December 17 or 18, something like that. It's going to be a great event as well, Todd. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Home Story Cup or?
No, this one.
I think China.
Yes.
I was very impressed by them in the last match in particular. They made Has look like he was a formality, even though like he found a little bit of success himself. They were more impressive, I think, than Ukraine, personally. So I think China's got it.
That's surprising, though, because Ukraine did take out Norway, which was, I would say, an upset, right? Or you just
to some extent.
You just feel like Norway is not the same Norway as season two?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's supposed to be kind of an upset, but at the same time, it's like they openly said in an interview that they didn't practice much. They've been studying, they had other priorities, lost their passion maybe a little bit, So, yeah, I was not particularly surprised. Like Bly definitely brought it. He was on fire. Yes, we're going to make that joke quite a few times more here, maybe in this match. And now Ukraine goes up against China.
Is it truly a joke when it's just nothing but spitting the truth, Todd? As, we can take a look at the predictions later as well. We haven't really brought them up yet, but I would love to bring them up, especially because Todd is 0-2 so far. But Todd, I've just read a very old thread on Team Liquid where people predicted Flash would never be good at Starcraft, so you're not the worst predictor out there.
Some people have done worse, I guess. I feel pretty sure about this one, though, I think, in terms of China beating Ukraine. So if I go 0-3 today, then I guess I'll just quit for the rest of the tournament. I don't do any more predictions.
I'm with you as well on this one, though. Even though Ukraine was impressive, especially Bly, I think
you
it's very
predicted
impressive.
China?
Yeah, I predicted China as well, 4-2.
I think we might be the only guys that predicted. I saw the paper of the guy who was asking me the prediction. A lot of people predicted Ukraine, actually.
Well, maybe we can bring up the predictions soon. Just see what everybody has predicted over here at the Young Gaming Studio. Take a look at the team of China as well. Take another look at their players. They're two very strong Zergs, Tutming and Jigwa, and of course their captain, Maxed, also a former Warcraft 3 player. One of our friends of the old days. Maxed was always there. You remember the time, Stott, that I lived with you in China and there was only one guy who wanted to practice with me and that was Maxed?
I thought you played with Ted as well.
Yeah, I played a couple games with Ted here and there.
This is under attack.
But Maxed was the guy who was always available. It's like, I came to China with all the hopes and dreams of practicing with, the skies of the world back then, and I was just a godlike Warcraft 3 player. And in the end, the only guy I ended up practicing with was Maxed over and over again. He was always down for some cheeky PvP, Orc versus Orcs, basically PvP.
No, Maxed was human.
Ah, yes, that's right. There wasn't the Orc that I always played with. But Maxed I did play quite a few games with as well. Yes, I played a lot of games with him. And Infi played a couple games with me. The good old days of Warcraft 3.
Maxed is very old school, actually. Fun fact, if you've been following Starcraft since Wings of Liberty, but not Warcraft 3 as much, because not everybody's 27, like Maxed, or 30 years old like me. Once upon a time, Maxed, myself, and Sase were on the same team on Mouse Sports in Warcraft 3, and we actually practiced together. I think he was over in Guangzhou in China, in a team house for Mouse. So. Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
Definitely had some success as well. If you take a look at the amount of money that players like Maxed and Jim won in StarCraft 2, that's actually very surprising because people may look at them as not very successful players, but I can guarantee that Maxed has won over $40,000 or almost $50,000 playing StarCraft 2, which is very impressive. Todd is going to look it up right now so we can actually fact check that real quick. But Maxed has done pretty well for himself, especially in WCS America, made multiple top 8 runs. Now, of course, people always looked at WCS America as the weaker region of WCS back then, but he definitely had his successes.
Well, this actually says he's 28. But yeah, he made 70 something. Yeah, 73,000.
That's a lot of money, man. $73,000. When you live in China as well, you can do some crazy things with that.
Is it all from?
A lot of with WCS, but a couple of good tournaments in China as well. Now, a lot of tournaments that don't really get a whole lot of exposure outside of China.
In Warcraft 3, he won $500, and Starcraft 2, 73.
Well, I guess you could say that his StarCraft career was a little bit more successful than his. I think he probably won more money in Warcraft as well, but it wasn't documented.
Yeah, maybe that's very possible, but I don't think he won much in Warcraft 3.
No.
I mean, like this website doesn't list salaries, though. I guess most of his earnings was probably salaries, because tournament earnings, I don't think he would have too much.
It was hard to earn a whole lot of money playing Warcraft tournaments. In that case, the pro gaming scene has definitely grown a lot and allows players like Max said to make a living, even when you don't win, you know, the WCSs or BlizzCon or whatever. You can still make a pretty good living. Of course, he's been playing for multiple years, but still, 73,000 in only tournament winnings. That's very respectable.
Yeah, that's almost half of what you make in a year as a caster. I believe we got the interview
3
ready
months.
with the boys. So ask these guys what's up.
Hey everyone! Thanks. We weren't totally ready. How are you, Apollo?
I'm good, man. I'm very happy to be back in La France.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to see you again.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm having a lot of fun. You guys are always very fun and very accommodating.
Yeah, nice parties in Paris. So, do we have Bly on Skype?
Yeah,
Hey man, how are you doing?
good. Still on fire.
So, did you see Xigua's games?
Yeah,
Are
And
you
China-
scared?
no.
Not a little bit at all?
I think he should lose game 1 versus Zerg. Like the first one.
You sound really enthusiastic and ready to represent your country. You sound so pumped. I mean, it's hard for me to hear what you're trying to say through your excitement.
Yeah, sure. Like the games I saw, Sigo was playing good in ZVP, but his ZVZ doesn't look too good, so I think I have a chance to all kill again, maybe.
You want to make this a fast night?
I'm not gonna answer this question.
That was a good enough answer for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know the first player for China. Are you ready to announce the first player for Ukraine?
Yeah.
Then who it is?
Me, myself, and I. 3 versus 1.
Okay, and the first player for China will be Tudming. So we are going to have Bly versus Tudming. Any last words for your opponents?
Good luck versus Norway in loser bracket.
Okay.
So just get this on paper. Is this a 4-0 for you?
We'll see, but I have a pretty good chances to do it for 0.
Okay.
Okay, great. Nice. Well, thanks a lot, Bly, and good luck for your matches.
Thanks, yeah.
Bly's a great guy. He's a
All
funny
right.
character.
All right. I mean, that might happen, you know, him making 4-0. But now I just can't wait for Xigua to make a surprise.
Yeah, what happens if he doesn't do the 4-0 now and
Yeah.
he loses?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Let's head back to the casters. Casters, take it away.
Bly, confident as always. The last time he predicted a 4-0 like this was when he played against Italy in the qualifiers, and he actually lost the first map against Rainer, and then had to play as a revive player, and then went 4-0.
Yeah.
So maybe same thing happens here.
I think
The thing is,
I think he's underestimating these guys a little bit, though. Especially thing like Tootman. Like I do believe that, especially with the current state of ZVP and the way that Bly has been playing lately, that he will probably beat Maxed if he goes up against Maxed. But I think beating both Tootman and Xigua is a little bit of a stretch. Those guys are pretty good, man. They're not to be
Yeah.
underestimated.
I saw a funny comment on Team Liquid. Bly may be on fire, but China has the fireworks. That's very true. Bly can be on fire, but that fire comes from getting blown up in fireworks during Chinese New Year. And it's
Yeah.
the Chinese that are going to be celebrating.
And they always like the Chinese are always represented by the dragon, right? And dragon spit fire. So
And you slay quite a few dragons in your old days yourself. Like, where are we going with this?
well, Bly is on fire. That's where we're going with it. Dragons are not impacted by fire, though. You cannot fight fire with fire.
No, you should fight fire with fire.
Well, that just escalates things.
Yeah. Like, what do you fight dragons with then?
Isn't there a story about a mythical man in Krakow that defeated the dragon?
Yeah, In Control knows that though, and sadly he's not here.
The city of Krakow is based upon the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, our favorite history teacher, In Control, will not be able to enlighten us once more here with this one. So we're going to be playing on Eldrina here for the ZVZ. And this map is so explosive, man. We never see like passive games on it.
I mean, it's very hard when you spawn this close to each other, especially in ZVZ. Like in the other matchups, you know, Terran can build a supply depot at that little hallway, or Protoss can build a pylon, or just wipe in a pylon. But when you play ZVZ, things get a little bit more tricky. Of course, Overlord should give you a lot of information, but we saw it earlier today as well when Snoot played on this map. It's a map that plays out in a pretty unique way. Snoot went up against Dimaga, and he had a pretty good read on the game. He defended very well. I do not think that either player knows a whole lot about the other one. You know, I don't think Bly is an expert on Tudming, and I definitely don't think that Tudming is an expert on Bly. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Bly has really impressed me, and I shouldn't undersell Bly, not at all, because he's been one of the more impressive players in the European scene. And in Heart of the Swarm, that would have been kind of like a silly thing to say, because it's kind of what Petit Drogo said, right? Like, yeah, he's good in all-inning, but he doesn't know how to transition out of it. Bly does know how to transition out of pretty much anything in Legacy of the Void. But still, these Chinese guys, they're good. They're not to be underestimated. And he's going to be very careful, man.
This poor Cass. His description was like, no doubt he will not disappoint after preparing like really hard. And then earlier in the interview was like, I hope I don't get to play. Can we talk about Toonmin's nickname, by the way, on Battle.net? He's Zoo Whale Tail. What the hell kind of nickname is that? Why not Meaty Owl Legs while you're at it? Or something ridiculous like this.
Yeah, Zoo Whale Tail is... it's a little bit out there, I thought. I don't have much to say about it. It's a little late for me. It's actually getting kind of late for... like, the Chinese players must be playing at a very unholy time right now. What is it, like 6 a.m. in China?
Yeah, it's like plus 8 hours, I think. Yeah, so...
It's like 6:39 a.m.
Yeah,
and even for the Ukrainians, it's getting pretty damn late as well. It's, of course, 1 hour later than it here is. Your cheese was delicious. I mean, Shigo has a player that's been around for a long time as well. You remember, he's been the runner-up of a WCG once. Well, I see your 3 screens and I raise you with 5. Who is this baller? That's actually...
That's a pretty sick setup.
Yeah, no. Amazing cast with amazing matches. Oh, this guy's way too generous on us.
That's a pretty cool setup as well.
Like watching it on the TV, mate.
That's a great caption of my face. Look at the passion, it's overflowing as I close my eyes.
This guy, he says that he's learning for his test tomorrow, but actually he's writing down build orders. That is what truly is going on. He's taking more notes than Apollo in his prime.
That's not possible. All right, let's jump into the game here. We're on Eldrina, starting on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Already opening with an extractor, playing as the Blue Zerg. It's of course Bly.
He's not waiting a very long time to get his feet wet on this match on the arena. Going up against Tudming, who's of course our Chinese Zerg, spawning on the left top side of the arena. You know what's very funny, by the way? If you use the Overlord skins, it's kind of harder to see whenever Overlord have the little drop upgrade or not. I think it's easier to see when you play with the standard Overlord. They get like a little blue bubble or a red bubble on top of their head.
Yeah, maybe it will be changed later.
But I mean, we're playing with the stronger team colors here as well, so perhaps it's a little bit tricky. It's one of these things that maybe like in months from now on we'll never have a hard time figuring out, but since we're still kind of new to the game, sometimes it's a little tricky to see which Overlord can actually drop and which
the Chinese team, by the way, has a pretty high age compared to like most teams. Probably the oldest by far. They have like 1 player that's 28 and 2 that are 27. So definitely a couple
veterans,
old schoolers.
Yeah, they've been around. I mean, I think the Ukrainians are relatively old as well, right? Cass is like 26, 27. Dima is closing in on his 30s. I guess Bly is the youngest one. Yeah. But even Bly has been around forever. As he's also been a Warcraft 3 player a long time ago.
What race did he play?
Zerg. He was always in WC3L Plays channel on IRC. Yeah, on that I mean, sorry. I don't know why I keep confusing the races of the game. He was always like Saul, CG's please. You don't remember?
Wasn't that Nighton?
Yeah, Nighton did it too, but Bly as well.
Need to pull back Bly. Bailing Nest already going down for Bly. And a Roach Horn for Tunming here. Shouldn't that be much better for Tunming?
Yes, as long as you survive, of course you're going to be able to attack a little bit quicker with Zerglings and Bailings, but if Tunming holds one time, this is actually a map where you can go for a very quick Roach attack. You can even go for an expand and then just only saturate with a couple drones and then attack with Roaches.
This map is amazing, by the way. Like, what age do we live in that nobody expands? Like, one base all the way.
This could get very tricky. It's a good move there by Bly, already hiding those Bailings as well, out of sight of that Overlord. That's not good for Tutming. He needs to be on top of this, but he has, you're so close.
I don't think Tunming realizes that Bly cheeses for living here. He doesn't seem very ready for this. The Bailing just finished morphing, but it's going to be so hard for him to properly split.
But four or five Roaches. Well, okay, that's a single Bailing. That's not too bad. He can pick up maybe one additional Bailing as well. The Lings are already in his main base though, but he has 5 Roaches that are about to hatch. How many drones will he lose?
He's going to get so many drones. 10 drones here with 2 Bailings, and this might just be gaming for Bly. He's been doing this for years. All this practice. This is his moments.
Yeah,
Mom spaghetti, and he gets more and more drones.
I mean, Tutming will probably survive with his Roaches, but not before losing almost every single drone that he had. 14 drones. Splitting, he has never heard of it, Todd.
Yeah, that looked pretty tough here for him, to be honest. And 14 drones dying, like that's an unrecoverable position. He's still going to stay in the game, though, a little bit longer.
I mean, when you're fighting for your nation, you want to go all out, right? I mean, these Roaches are scary, though. Bly's going to be forced to make a few more units to deal with these Roaches, unless Tutming is too afraid to attack, because he's going to lose everything to a counterattack, which seems actually to be the case. So in that situation, Bly's in a phenomenal spot.
I think, Tunming, the only thing he can do right now is drone up to try and catch back up in the walk account, but then Bly, he made quite a few Zerglings. Does he go for Bailings and Busty? No, he's just going to expand behind this. He knows that's Tunming is going to have to stay up his ramp for a long time. If he opens the gates, then the floodgates are going to be open, much like when you're out drinking. So he could just go into the main.
I figured a Roddy in the club joke was coming there, but I'm glad you stopped yourself for once in your life, Todd.
Roddy in the bar.
But I think it's very smart what Bly's doing. I think it's a very mature decision even. He has map control, he has more workers, he has a quicker expand. Right now, just keep your opponent on one base, let him drone up, just get your own Roach Warren, which is exactly what Bly is doing. You just do the same thing as your opponent, but you're doing it with more money, so that's a very mature decision.
Every time that Bly's ahead in ZVZ, actually, he's always done that. Drop down a Roach Run, made a bunch of Roach Ravagers if he needed. If he doesn't need, then just Roaches. Move across the map, kill opponents. Rinse and repeat. And he's won so many ZVZ. Actually, like, Bly, I feel like he might have played the most games already that we see, I guess. With this being the first play day of round of 16, definitely helps. But
yeah, but he participates in a lot of tournaments, even online tournaments as well. So I understand where you're going with that. Bly is indeed a very, very active player. Just a guy who loves playing the game. He's full of motivation. He had decent runs in Heart of the Swarm as well. I would say, especially the last year, where he really came close to those breakthrough performances a couple of times.
What is this? Evo Chamber and Lair.
I don't get the Evo Chamber. The Lair, I was like, maybe he wants to go for Roach. Roach Nidus. I don't know.
Nidus plus drop. Kappa.
Nah. It's weird. He's getting +1 as well.
Second gas on one base.
Maybe +1 Roach attack? But of one base? Like, how many Roaches can one truly make of one base? I mean, they're pretty cheap, but...
Yeah. What is this going to be? Maybe he just wants to get clear reconstitution and then kites endlessly across the map with these Roaches, with more Roaches. Use the reverse launch pad. I don't know.
Oh, look at Bly. He's already getting 4 Ravagers as well. He's in a very, very strong defensive position. Might be able to get a couple Overlord kills with these guys. They're very good in sniping Overlords. Because Overlords are too slow.
Actually, maybe Tunming is going to try to defend this attack here with the Roaches that he's got and then try to counter-attack with +1 missile and clear reconstitution if he can get it. So he's just staying on one base, getting a lot of Roaches, hoping that Bly kind of derps, attacks into him and loses everything. But Bly's... He's sniping a few Overlords here.
And that's a very big deal, to be honest, against the one-base Zerg. He's getting 2 more Ravagers. I think he's just going to start launching a couple of those Corrosive Biles. And if you hit, you're going to have a very good time. He's not going to hit so far. Bly doesn't have to make this attack, but he's just so confident, Todd, that he does not care. He just runs up this ramp, has a couple links as well to soak up a little bit of the damage. And look at these Ravagers. They're pushing out so much damage. Bly is so much richer. And just like that, our Ukrainian Zerg will add another win to the books and takes a 1-0 lead for Ukraine.
Hashtag Bly on fire, man. I feel like we need to keep on repeating this. He needs to trend already.
Hashtag Bly in a grease fire.
Because Bly is...
He's reaching Inferno.
Yeah.
I feel like
temperatures right now.
what is it gonna take for him to? I guess maybe Shigua needs to step in. Like Shigua looked pretty good in the previous match that we saw out of China against Taiwan. So maybe Shigua puts on his fireman suit and
Do watermelons burn, Todd?
I think do they?
I don't think so. They're way too
Only one
juicy.
way to find out. Be right back.
Do watermelons burn? Find out on NationWars when Jigua goes up against Bly. Maybe it
They
could be
should burn,
Maxed
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, bringing up Max set could be good, but I don't think Bly would mind too much. To be honest, yeah, I mean, out of 1-0 on Protoss, I don't think that Bly's afraid of either. I feel like a Solitaire might be one of the things that would scare him a little bit more.
I think Maxed in the past, at least, of course, Legacy of the Void is a very different game, but I always felt in Heart of the Swarm, Maxed is PvZ was one of the matchups where he excelled. PvT was kind of his weakness, and PvP was pretty good, but a little hit or miss. But his PvZ overall was very solid. But once again, Legacy of the Void is a very different game, so just because he was good in the matchup in Heart, doesn't mean that he's going to be necessarily good in it in Legacy. Overall, I have to admit, I was a little bit disappointed there with Tootming his performance. I felt his build could have been good enough. Like, it came down to a couple of seconds. If those roaches hatch just a couple of seconds quicker, you know, if he makes one drone less, starts roaches a little bit quicker, then maybe he can snipe one of those two banelings. But even when two banelings run into your mineral line, just a split would have helped him there so much. If he ends up losing 4, 5, 6 drones, that hurts. But then the roaches represent a pretty strong counter threat perhaps to Bly, or Bly would be forced to make more links to actually represent his counter attack to make it harder for those roaches to run across the map. But 2 banelings killing 10 drones, like, how does that even happen? Those were the absolute perfect detonations. It won't get any better than that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bly does this for a living, and he's been doing it for years. So it was just a dream scenario for him. Like, as soon as Toonming started moving out, Bly was probably like already like $sign in his eyes. He's like, I just won, I guess. Like, this newbie is about to learn why you don't do this against me. And it was just good decision making by him. And
he's working on that Elysia-like ranking, man. And Bly is going up. He's going to be one of the highest ranked foreigners as soon as he keeps winning in this many games.
yeah, actually.
He's probably already almost up there.
God, I keep misclicking. Let's check.
We're all getting older, Todd. We all misclick. Let's take a look at Bly in his Elysia-like ranking, as he's been winning a lot of games lately.
60 worlds and rank 15 non-Korean.
That's
Not
pretty
bad.
good. No, that's pretty damn high. And he's very close to even getting a lot higher. And let's not forget
Look
that
at
most
who's fought in T-Drogo, who's not even in Team France, because we got this many good players.
it's Stefano, Lilbao, and
Marine
Fight?
Lords.
Oh, Marine Lord. Okay. Yeah, I can dig it.
So then if one of them cannot play, then it would be T-Drogo playing.
Nobody
As-
voted for Firecake.
I don't think, was he even in a vote? I'm not sure. But no, I don't think anybody would vote for Firekick.
He had a great run at
Caparina.
DreamHack as well, though.
Yeah, did pretty good.
Highest non-Korean.
Yeah. He was mostly of ZVZs, I think, though.
Mhm,
Or like,
yep.
yeah.
I
But
think-
then, like, yeah, his last few games were pretty rough, though.
I mean, can you really blame him? Solar,
Yeah.
parting. I think most of us would have a pretty rough time against those guys.
All the family has gathered to watch NationWars 3. Cats rooting for Ukraine.
Well,
Look at that. That cat is majestic.
Yes, that guy was posing for it. He's like, all right, this is my good side. All right, Roddy, I need to make you proud. My West Coast brother. Aw.
You know him, Go Davy?
Maybe I've met him at one of the events, but I don't think so.
Did someone say messy desk earlier?
Look
Is
at-
that a Jack Daniels
Yeah,
glass?
that's a cheeky Jack. Nothing
Hanging out
wrong.
with Jack. Hashtag Roddy at the table.
Oh my God.
Hashtag Roddy is keeping company to anybody that drinks.
Enjoying with the breakfast of champions and the king of humans, plus the other cast.
What drink is that? A cheeky beer?
A Schlanane. I think it's a German beer.
Okay.
I
And the
can't
king
really
of humans.
say. The romantic human.
Someday maybe I can play in NationWars amateur tourney.
He's participating in the Platinum Battle.net automated tournament. Those tournaments are super fun.
Yeah.
Chilling with Charlie. No, I love Charlie. Charlie's cool.
Oh, he looks pretty big.
Yeah, Charlie's a big boy.
I want to pet Charlie. But he would probably bite me.
No, he wouldn't. Dogs are not evil like cats. Though. Cats scratch you, but dogs just
Yeah,
love.
especially Mr. Bitter's cats, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Bunch of haters.
I know. I grew up with those cats. I actually saw it. Anyway, it's a long story. I've
We're
bad
getting off
experience.
track again.
Yeah, a little bit. Bad
This is the reason we never cast WCS together. Because we talk
like,
about
alright.
this is worse than Tasters is talking about Battletoads and Nintendo games.
Because
We
they're
literally
still
talk
talking about gaming.
cats.
We talk about cats.
Yeah.
This is where things go wrong, and we just like we never cast together. It's been a long day, especially after I've traveled a little bit from the other side of the world. But we're getting ready. We're almost good to go with our second map. It's going to be played on Dusk Towers. I really enjoy this map, by the way, Todd, just to talk about Starcraft for a little bit. It's probably my favorite map in the current map pool. I just think it's a very fair map. The only thing that's kind of annoying is if you play against Terran and you try to take the fort base on the low ground, because they always have units on the high ground, like Widow Mines or Marauders. But I think overall this is a good map. It can be a little bit hard to push into Liberators and stuff like that, but I've had a lot of epic games on this map.
Apparently the statistics agree with you. PVT with a whole 6% win rate.
Which means that they're probably like 1 and... Whoa.
Do math on stream. Come on, amaze me. I'm listening, I'm waiting.
1 and 6. No, that's not possible. I have no idea how that can be only 6%. That's very strange. Unless it would be like 1 and 16. 1 win and 16 losses. Nah, that's not possible.
Yeah, there hasn't been that many games yet.
No, exactly. So I have no idea.
Maybe
how.
one number is missing, actually.
It's actually 66%. 2 out of
96%.
yeah, 90. Well, that would be a very unique number to get. That would mean that there have been 100 games played. We'll see. I'm very excited about this. I'm very curious to see Maxed play some PvZ. It's going to be awesome. I really enjoy watching PvZ in Legacy. And I think it's actually something that truly excites me as a Protoss player, that I think even Terran players can really appreciate PvZs now in this day and age, because we've seen a lot of very epic back and forth battles. The Lurkers are pretty exciting units if used correctly. Disruptors can be an amazing comeback unit as well. So I think this matchup definitely became a lot more dynamic and a lot more enjoyable to watch. In the past, I think if you either played Protoss or Zerg, you will always watch PvZ. But if it's a Terran, you would kind of be like, I don't really want to watch too many PvZs. But I think in Legacy it's different, and it can be a very, very entertaining matchup.
It's going to be nice to see Maxed come out for sure, because he didn't get to play earlier against Taiwan.
And he's the captain, Todd.
I want to see some Protoss action. I mean, he's the captain, but like he's not even doing the interviews.
Hey, these two guys are basically Captain Phillips right now, I'm the captain now, because it's captain against captain battle.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain.
There's only space for one captain in this game lobby. And so far that's Bly, as Maxed is not able to join, which is the reason why we're talking for as long as we are. Trust us, guys, we would love to start this game as quick as possible.
I was kicked from the lobby.
Maybe they're rehosting the game real quick. So far things are not looking too good for our prediction, but this best of 7 is still young. If everybody just joined us, the schedule today is that we do 3 Nation Wars, or Clan Wars, however you want to call them, team battles, country battles. We had the 2 opening matches already, and then we do the winner bracket match, and then tomorrow we'll continue with the lower bracket match and the deciders match. So our first match tomorrow is going to be Norway versus Taiwan, and then the winner of that match will play against the loser of this match, which is of course going to be either China or Ukraine. And then the day after that we start with the next group, which I believe has Holland in it, right? Or no, that's France. France, right? It's France first. Okay. I'm very excited. I'm excited to watch Marino play. Marino is kind of my boy.
Marino is doing pretty well, I think, right now.
And Lilbao as well. I'm very, very excited to watch Lilbao play.
Yeah.
I think Lilbao got a lot of undeserved crap for his DreamHack performance. He went 3-2 in his group. He defeated TY. Was TY Bomber TY, right?
Yeah, TY was
Yeah.
there. I mean, the Bomber was there, so maybe they were both there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was TY in that group.
I don't know, man.
So
I was busy leaving the passion on Heroes.
Was Sergeant Hammer on fire, Todd?
Nobody picked her.
No?
No, she's out of the meta.
Oh.
Kind of like me.
Well, that's how much. That's a good inside joke. Todd's going to take a look at some of the DreamHack rules. Because yeah, Lilbao was in Group D with TY and TLO, the one that Nurture won. Good old Nurture. Bly was actually showing a lot of respect to Nurture. Of course, happy teammates. Oh, take a look at the predictions. That's fun. Funka predicted 4-3 for Ukraine. Coca 4-1. I predicted a 2-4 for China. Oh God, Todd, it's just you and me, baby. This is looking rough. Neither of us has a particularly amazing record when it comes to predicting in Starcraft. We're so doomed.
I think China's doomed now with us predicting this.
This is like that feeling when the only other person agrees with you is always wrong.
Yeah.
That's the look on our faces right now. It's like,
Yeah, and in this case, the person agreeing with me finished last in the BlizzCon prediction game.
Yep, and the person agreeing with me finished last in Poland. So
Did I?
Yes.
You sure?
Maybe in control, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Jeff.
yeah, you two were in a close battle, hovering around.
I always finish before last. I'll have you know. Get your facts straight.
All right.
I didn't finish last, before last. Okay, that's a big difference.
We'll see how we do at the end of the week over here at NationWars. So far, I'm 1-1 today, though, Todd.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, that's smart. Now you pick the same as me so that we can...
I'm
I
going
can
to pick the
never pass you.
same as you for the rest of the week, so I'll always be one up on you.
Yeah, you will not know what I'm picking, though, so maybe not.
All right, we're almost good to go, guys. We're actually re-hosting, so we're not playing on Dusk Towers. Apparently, we are playing on Orbital Shipyard. Perhaps that's why it took a little bit longer than expected. What do you think we're going to see out of here from Maxet, Todd? Do you think it's going to be some two-based cheesy play, or...?
Yeah,
What? Somebody disagreed with me on Team Liquid Forum, saying that Platinum automated tournaments are not fun. I think they are super fun. And I have
do
actually...
your voice. Do the voice.
All right. Roddy claiming automated tournaments are fun. He clearly hasn't experienced the hell that are plat level tournaments. Well, actually, sir, I have coached multiple.
Your girlfriend.
Yeah, I've coached my girlfriend through multiple platinum tournaments, and she's won 1 or 2 of them. And I actually thought it was very exciting to watch her play in those and go through the battles, go through a little bit of the meta, and season platinum league.
She won 1 or 2 out of how many?
No, she won 1 with me, and she won 1 by herself.
What does it mean with you?
That she was actually at my place. I was coaching her. The other one she won from her home.
Yeah, out of how many tournaments?
Probably 5 or 6 attempts.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I
I
think
played 2 tournaments, and even though I'm master, I ended in Grandmaster tournaments.
Yeah.
No, actually, maybe it was even 3. And then in the second one, I played Bunny in round 2.
Oh, okay.
Got smashed, and like the first one, I got cheesed. Yeah, it hasn't gone well for me. I haven't won any so far.
You know, I was a little bit of I was on the Kong line of the automated tournaments. I was runner-up in 6 automated.
Yeah?
Yeah, 6 in a row. I finished runner-up, so I was getting really tilted. But then I won. I finally won one, and I broke the Kong curse, and then I won another one back to back. Oh man, not again.
Did you play Notorious People?
I mean, NA ladder. You know how it is. But
With like the GM guys, like Hitman, Polt, and these guys.
I don't think
play?
Hitman is playing a whole lot of Legacy, and Polt and stuff. Polt was playing on Korean ladder.
Did you say Hitman's not playing a lot of Legacy?
No, I don't think so.
He was streaming last night. He's ranked 2 on NA.
Oh, Legacy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, in the beta, he was not playing at all. He was only playing Heart of the Swarm. I didn't
It's
know
pretty
that.
sick, actually. Actually, maybe it was Archon. I'm not sure. I know he played a bunch of Archon, but it's weird because like Hitman stream, by the way, he doesn't have game sound on,
Yeah.
and he listened to like some really hardcore rap.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? It was some pretty good music, even though I'm not a big fan of rap or like hip hop.
We do apologize for the delays over here, guys. We would love to hop into the next game as much as you guys, but Todd is desperately trying to join the lobbies, but we're just rehosting it over and over again. We don't really know what's going on, so bear with us. We do apologize for the delays. And we can take a look at Team Liquid. Of course, big shout out to everybody tuning in. Big shout out to all the pictures that have been sent to us. I do really think they add a very fun element of interaction.
Thermal!
Ah, that's awesome. Watching from a mini bootcamp. I am so
Mark
excited.
Slappy.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch our Dutch boys play. It's going to be super fun.
Our mini bootcamp.
Oh,
Oh, that's the Bay.
that's the bay.
Magi Bay. You give her a shout out, man. A proper shout out.
Well, big shout out to Maji Bay.
I love you.
Wow,
Say it.
you're so cringe, Todd. I don't even want to go there.
Starcraft sweater watching. Oh, that's the one from BlizzCon. Pretty cool one.
Test tomorrow as you guys keep up the good work. NationWars 3. Yeah. Todd is having way too much fun with this. You're so terrible, Jan.
Roddy, you're the best.
I'm happy that you making fun of me makes you so happy. I feel like Todd's life just wouldn't be the same if you couldn't make fun of me. So that's all right.
Yeah, should I open the Twitch chat to keep us busy?
Yeah, well, I mean, why not? I mean, we could.
I can't wait to read about how shit I am. Testing.
You take things way too serious, Todd.
Oh, really? I don't.
People on Twitch that are actually very loving in this day and age.
Yeah. Maybe on your stream.
Yeah, like a couple Roddy cheekies.
Couple Roddy cheekies.
Yeah, see, the first.
By the way, are we on the real map for real now?
Okay, so we're back to Dusk Towers apparently, guys. Why the hell not? So we went from Dusk Towers to Orbital Shipyard, back to Dusk Towers. Those maps, they play out kind of similar, by the way. Don't you agree with me? Like, I feel Orbital Shipyard, Dusk Towers. I think it's a little easier to secure your fort base on Dusk Towers, but I think that's the only major difference.
You say toss favorite?
No, no, I say they're kind of similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe in a way. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like in this current map pool, there is no like one map that stands out that I feel like is really sick, good. Whereas before, like I always kind of hated on the new maps. Then as time passed by, I learned to manage most of them. But there was always like one or two maps that I liked the most by far. But in the current map pool, there isn't really that, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Dusk Towers and Orbital Shipyard are my two favorites because, contrary to popular belief, I do like playing longer games. Everybody says I always cheese, but it's not really true. And I think those two maps, they play out very fair and square. You can just go Nexus first as long as you scout, easy to wall off. So I kind of like those maps. I don't hate Pry Terraces that much, even though the double gold, every now and then, you know, you lose a game because of double gold and then you whine a little bit because that's human nature. But I don't think it's a terrible map. It has created some truly epic games. I mean, TY Parting was freaking mind-blowing, one of the best games I've ever seen. And I've had a couple of very fun games on that map as well. Central Protocol is not very Protoss friendly.
Yeah, that's the one you hate the most? Or?
No, I kind of hate Larry Lacrest the most.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's like 7 entrances into your natural. It's just like, well, if I want to play SimCity, I would have bought SimCity. I'm not playing StarCraft, you know?
I like Ruins of Ceres. I think it's really pretty and like, I guess the natural can be tough to take and like secure properly, especially like against Zerg. But other than that, as long as the map is pretty and like, you know, there's like a bunch of bases and stuff to take, I guess
what do you think was
happy.
the prettiest map we ever had in StarCraft, Todd?
The prettiest map, Yonsu.
Yangtze?
Yonsu.
Yeah, because it was like half ice and half...
Yeah, and like the grass looked beautiful.
Alright, take a look at it. There's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Oh my god. Todd, can you just try to join the game? He's like looking at Twitch chat while he thought he had his funny moment of the day. Oh my god. Todd, you're terrible. You're absolutely terrible.
Oh, she wrote Magic Bay. Okay, what do you expect out of this match in terms of build out of Max Ed?
Yeah.
Okay, Max Ed is practically a North American with how many times he played in WCS NA.
Yeah, but
you know him a lot.
Of course, but I haven't
It's
seen
Legacy of the Void.
Yeah,
you play a lot of Legacy of the Void. Don't try to talk. I'm not gonna. No, I'm just kidding. But I want you to make an educated guess about what we are likely to see out of him.
I would say a Nexus first into a Stargate because he's always loved his Phoenixes, and maybe just like Phoenix into Colossus. Like he's never been a big fan of High Templar, so I don't really see why he would suddenly be a big fan of Disruptors. So I'm kind of expecting either like a Phoenix into a cheesy Adept War Prison play or Phoenix into just a good old Colossus, even though they're less strong. It would be awesome, by the way, if we get an update about what's going on. So maybe the production can give us a heads up about why we cannot start this game. What are we exactly waiting for? That would be awesome.
I think only the Chinese player is missing, so I guess him.
Yeah, but like, so Maxa just can't join the game. Is that the problem?
Quite possibly. Guys. Oh, he says he's in game.
He's just in a different game. He's playing a ladder game.
He stayed in that lobby alone, like he's playing an AI on hard.
Oh, he's playing an automated tournament. He's like, hey, I heard Roddy said they're fun. Max said right now he's playing an automated platinum tournament. Sign up, guys. You too.
I think we got a video ready.
Okay.
Which
cool.
I'm not sure what it is, so let's go to video.
Ce qui nous a motivés à faire ce spectacle à l'Olympia, c'est que la salle est faite pour du sport électronique.
Je me souviens très bien de cette conversation, on était avec Christophe, le responsable communication, et Ponf, et on se dit bon on fait quoi après ? En mode ça y est on a fait le Trianon, on cherche une salle, et je raconte mon rêve à Ponf de faire l'Olympia, et Chris dit c'est aussi mon rêve de faire l'Olympia, et du coup ça rentre dans la tête de Ponf, et 18 mois après, on vous présente ce spectacle à l'Olympia.
Enfin, comment dire, c'est chaud ça. C'est une salle qui a vraiment une histoire et se dire qu'on va pouvoir en faire une ici avec les NationWars 3, c'est juste dingue.
L'Olympia, c'est son nom écrit en rouge devant l'entrée. Je pense que n'importe quel artiste, en fait, à partir du moment où il fait l'Olympia, de mon point de vue, en quelque sorte, c'est une consécration.
L'Olympia, en fait, ça va être un an dans l'e-sport et chez OGaming, ça va être juste un rêve auquel je pense depuis à peu près 5 ans.
C'est un kiff, il y a tellement de stars qui sont arrivées là-bas, y aller et essayer de commenter des matchs impressionnants, ça m'excite tellement, j'espère vous voir là-bas.
I've seen and watched so many of the tournaments that OGaming's put on in the past, from home, and to actually be there is going to be something I'm going to remember for a long time.
Quand tu passes dans le centre de Paris et que tu passes devant l'Olympia et que t'as ton père qui te dit voilà, bah ça c'est c'est la salle de Paname, tu vois les grandes lettres rouges devant l'édifice et tu te dis ok, c'est assez magique.
C'est bien sûr une chance de caster, mais c'est surtout Starcraft 2, le jeu qui est ma passion, le jeu dont je vis en ce moment, que je veux voir briller dans cet endroit, et on a le plus bel écrin possible pour faire de NationWars une compétition que personne n'oubliera.
For me to get the opportunity to be a part of NationWars 3 that will take place in the Olympia is an honor and a privilege. It's one of the best venues, I think, in France.
Et il faut savoir que l'Olympia n'a jamais ouvert ses portes à quelque chose d'autre que de la musique ou que de l'humour avant NationWars, avant OGaming 0MS, avant Red Dot. Donc c'est la première fois que l'Olympia va s'éloigner de son histoire de musique et d'humoriste pour faire autre chose. Et ça, c'est un symbole qui est très très fort. Aller dans une salle où Piaf a posé ses pieds, monter sur une scène où Piaf a chanté, voir écrit OGaming présente en lettres rouges sur la devanture de la salle, c'est quelque chose pour moi dont je suis très très fier.
Make no mistake, my enthusiasm was real. It didn't transcribe too well into the recording of this video.
I really love when Funka was talking about it. That kind of got to me, you know, a little bit of the feels. He's like, when you walk through Paris with your father and he says that's Suivez. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Funka, you tell him, you know, that's awesome.
I like the moment. He was in the moment, it was like, shivering.
Well, only Momo can get away with moving like that on camera.
He got some nerd chills as he was recording this. Yep. So apparently Max said cannot join.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna try to host himself, maybe.
Yeah, we have absolutely. We do apologize for all the delays over here in the hold-up. We would love to just hop into this game as quick as possible. It's been a little too long already. Hopefully, Maxed is going to be able to figure it out real soon.
That's another majestic cat.
We'll take a look at a few more pictures. Also, thought I love how you went to Twitch chat and you're like, well, I am shit, so I can see how people tell me I'm shit, and then you open Twitch chat and like the first 7 comments you see is like, Roddy is way more shit than you thought. Don't worry. I saw it. And my feelings are a little bit hurt. I'm a delicate, sensitive flower, and this really gets to me.
Oh, look at this. A Chinese supporting his country here. Void King Shigua. Wait, Void King?
Yeah, like Legacy of the Void, I guess.
Okay. That was confusing for a second. I was like, is he going to mass Void Race? Is he going to see Flux Vase again? Heard we were watching NationWars with cats. Here's my contribution. Wow, that's a little bit creepy.
That's a dad joke.
El Capitan.
It's a dad joke. That's hard. This is how you should watch. Is it real?
Wow, where is this? Let us know, please. Where is this?
Jasper Schwinghammer. He has a great name as well.
This guy is literally DJing and watching NationWars at the same time.
He's actually in the club with Roddy and Todd. That's not bad.
Somebody ask and come by, hey, can you play my jam? Shut up! It's a crucial moment. He's all in.
Hey, I believe Maxed is in the game. Did I just see that? Yeah. Oh my god, this might be great news. I think Maxed is in the game, guys. So finally, we don't have to wait any longer. We can bring you this hopefully awesome match. Worst comes to worst right now. Maxed sends his first probe across the map, builds 3 gateways in Bly's base, and the game ends there. Hopefully, it's going to be a little better than that. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience. But the game is actually counting down right now. So we're getting ready to hop into the second match of this country battle. That is correct, between China and Ukraine. And thank you for staying with us and listening to all our gibberish and chit-chat.
Our rambling.
Yep.
That's why people are here. Okay, maybe not.
No, I still think they're here for Starcraft at the end of the day.
That's a pretty good... There's a good chance that's the case. Remember that Bly beat Tunming in map number 1 on Arena. Now we're going to be on Dust Towers. It's a PVZ. I want to see some more War Prism, Blink Stalkers, Adept Disruptor action, and here we go, starting at the top side of the map. Playing as the Blue Zerg, it is, of course, Ukraine's Bly.
The man who's on fire and has been on fire for quite some time.
Since he was born.
I love how he just claimed that himself. He's going up against our Chinese Protoss, spawning on the south side of Dust Towers, has won over $70,000 in StarCraft 2. It is Maxed. Wally!
Going for a cheeky quick scout here. Do you think there is any chance he proxies something, goes for a cannon rush?
Could be, but I think it's just probably going to be Nexus first. But if you want to go Nexus first, you may as well scout, especially against Bly, right? If I would play against Bly, I would go for a quick scout. You could even block one of these hatcheries and then still go Nexus first. And I would love to see that from Maxet. Interesting. Bly builds his first hatchery on the low ground.
Yeah, I guess you want to start spreading creep ASAP. I'm pretty sure Maxet saw that drone go down, so he's going to quickly realize that there was hatchery thrown down there. He's going to know he's safe because he saw no pull. Actually, the pull starts as he left that area. Wait, why can't I scroll around? There we go.
So this is going to be a Nexus first over here for Maxet. After scouting, he's going to see that the hatchery is down as well on the low ground. It's a spawning pool follow-up, so it's not a double hatch before pool. But if you're Maxet right now, you're looking for just one thing, and it is my opponent taking gas? Do I have to worry about something very weird early on? Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. So it's like hatch, pool, hatch. Which is a tiny bit strange, but it doesn't really change all that much. For Maxet right now, the only thing that matters is that Bly doesn't have any gas, and that's going to give him a lot of freedom. And if I have to make a prediction, Todd, I'm going to say that Maxet will follow this up with a quick Stargate.
You said Nexus first into Stargate earlier, so so far it's looking quite alright for this. I mean, double gas was taken just now. Definitely a pretty good map to go for a third base, though, as Max said. Even more so than trying to go for something like a 2-base, I think.
Yeah, I love this map to go up to 3 bases. Like, this can be a scary map to go up against Liberators later on, if you play against Terran, or in Zerg case, that could be Lurkers. The probe will probably die, but it did its job. Even stole 5 minerals that are gone, Todd, into the void.
And a penny saved is...
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, if Bly's in the base trade and he's 5 minerals short, that probe is the MVP.
I don't think he's going to be a Stargate, by the way, because Maxet was doing 2+2 on his gases in the main for a long time. He just started to do 3+3 just now, so he's not going to have that much gas here, just barely enough to start an Adept, Mothership Core, and Warp Gates. So Stargate would be very, very late here if you wanted to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, good point there, because there's also no need to make an Adept and a Mothership if you want to go Stargate against the Zerg.
In the club, at the entrance. Look at him. Oh, he went down. Just like you after a few beers.
God, these jokes are so incredibly stupid.
That's why I make them. Apollo is smiling.
One happy little Zergling. No, Apollo is shaking his head because he's in agreement with me. So that one happy little Zergling is still running around. Mothership Core did take it out, but did Bly see that robotics facility going down, Todd? I did say Stargate, or yeah, he did see the robo go down.
Yeah.
Or a robotics facility 8 gate.
Did it click though? I guess he's gonna send his overlord to check, so maybe he didn't click.
That was my second guess, a robo 8 gate.
Yeah, well, there's the first, and then there's the others.
Double gas going down for Bly, just squeezing out as many drones as he possibly can. He's going to
Warp Prism, you think?
Yeah, I think Warp Prism 8 gate. Or maybe just Warp Prism 4 gate. No, it's an observer first. Okay. Okay, well, I'm very surprised. I mean, this is the first time I ever see Maxet play Legacy of the Void, so it is hard to be extremely accurate. Then we do see Twilight Council being wiped in as well, so if you want to play a macro game, I kind of want to see him go up to 3 bases now. There's no need for him to delay his third Nexus. And if you guys think, isn't that a little bit risky? I mean, it's always a tiny bit risky, but he scouted very thoroughly, and he saw that there was no gas taken. And a Zerg without gas can be very aggressive, so why not go up to 3 bases a little bit quicker if you want to go up to 3 bases anyway?
It feels like Warpgate is finishing so late, by the way, even though he started pretty quickly after Cybercore was finished. But with three adepts already being out here, like a mass adept can do so much damage. Like these guys are so beefy, unless you have a critical mass to take them out very quickly. And in this case, it would take a lot of Zerglings for Bly. They can kill a lot of drones.
Well, 9 more drones are being pumped out. Bly is definitely in a position where he can lose a couple and still be in a pretty good position. 3 sentries being wiped in as well, and this is where things get very interesting. Look at Bly, by the way, already has a queen positioned on the ramp. I think he's a tiny bit worried about maybe a sentry drop on the high ground as well.
Oh, the overlord across the map. He's trying to get him on this side of the map here. Max said, oh, he gets out. And charge starts.
Yeah, that's an interesting follow-up. Roachwine is done though. Roachwine is done, so he can start making a couple of roaches to defend against his Warp Prism and a potential Adept Harass.
So I guess mass gateways and a huge charge all in here, maybe? Like 8 gates or something?
And the best thing you can make against... Well, Mutalisk could be a very good option, but normally mass Roach Ravager is pretty good against it as well. But the first Immortal's on the way too, so maybe we should just put the idea that Maxet wants to go for an attack on hold for now, and Maybe he wants to play a long game.
Mass Roach Ravager should be good against it, but if you get force fielded and lose everything instantly, it's not. And we saw that happen when he was played against Solar at DreamHack and literally caught him out of position, killed pretty much everything he had instantly. So in this case, Bly is going to have to look out. Max said going up to 6 gateways in total here.
But this is just looking so solid for Bly as well, going up to 4 bases this quickly. His 4th hatchery is more than halfway done. Double Stargate going down for Maxed. He's a tiny bit worried about the potential Muda transition.
Just under and over here.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if he actually saw the Spire or not. Thought.
With the observer.
So I guess in a situation like this, you'd rather be safe than sorry. Maxed probably not the type of player that wants to defend against Mutalisks with Blink Stalkers, and even if he wanted to do that, well, he started off with Charge, so that was going to get tricky in the first place.
I really like that. Actually, Maxed covers all of his bases. He's already made double Stargate, so he knows that he's going to get Phoenixes to deal with any kind of air. So he's already thinking that since this was even spotted by Bly, there's a chance Bly goes for full grounds with like Hydralisks, Roaches. So he's already going for Robobay, just in case. Hey, is that 8 pylons? No, that's 6 pylons being made. So he's going to make sure he's got enough room here to make a lot of supply in a second. And probe count is pretty nice, 65 to 77 drones.
It is for now, but he's definitely going to lose a couple thought because he has charge lots. He doesn't have Blink Stalkers. So the only anti-air he currently has are 3 or 4 sentries, 2 Phoenixes, and of course Photon Overcharge. And Photon Overcharge is extremely good, but if I was Bly, I would kind of sacrifice these Mutalisks. I would just try to force these Phoenix to dance back and forth a little bit. Meanwhile, he's transitioning already to Hydras and Lurkers. Man, Bly is looking like a brand new player in Legacy of the Void. I'm actually so impressed with the way he's playing. He's not the stubborn Bly anymore that he used to be in HOTS. Even though he's getting 6 Corruptors now, so maybe he's going to start an air battle. But
he's going for Hive, and
these Stalkers don't have Blink, by the way.
He's going to have a lot of options to pick from. I mean, usually, I think when you go charged, then you want a mass enough Phoenixes to deal with the air, and then the Zealots will take care of whatever's on the ground. But with Hive already coming in, I think Bly is going to be able to reach stuff like Ultras very quickly here in this game, or even he might just want to go for Bullords pretty quickly as well.
And I love how Kokai is zooming in on that Lurker then. Todd, I have quite some experience with my Zealots running into Lurkers. And let me tell you, that never ends well. No matter how well you've played throughout the first 15 minutes of the game, the moment you attack into 6, 7, 8 Lurkers with a Gateway ground army, everything is going to get shredded.
I'm not sure what
pieces.
you mean, Zealots. I've run entire armies into Lurkers and they've died as well. It's not just Zealots, man.
All right, well, I like to see how my Zealots fare, and I've came to the conclusion after losing a couple of pretty frustrating games that is just not an option. That's just not a fight you want to take. And maybe if it's like 2 or 3 or 4 Lurkers, or it gets dicey, but 5, 6, 7, 8 Lurkers, it really doesn't matter how many Archons and Zealots you have, they will die.
The observer of Maxed never saw the Hive starting. He's just barely out of range, but now the Ultralis Cavern starts right under it, so maybe he picks up on it, clicks on that, and starts adjusting.
He's getting 8 cannons? Why is he getting 8 cannons?
Because he thinks he's Mutas.
On 8 cannons on 3 bases, Todd. It's a lot of
Warcraft
cannons.
3, man. He just had a flashback. Remember one of my games.
I mean, it's kind of a weird game because he opened up with Charge, but what did he really do with Charge so far? You want to be, whenever you make an investment into an upgrade in that stage of the game, you have to ask yourself, was that worth it? Did Charge pay for itself? Well, the truth is no, absolutely not. He has not been aggressive one time. Charge, of course, doesn't help against the Muta switch early on.
Bly, who's notorious for his all-ins.
Yeah.
He's playing some pretty sick macro here. Look at the production time. He's getting everything on time. He's already basically maxed out. He's getting all his upgrades going.
And look at the creep spread. Like I said, Bly is looking like a player that has truly transformed in Legacy of the Void.
He's looking like a player who's tired of us making fun of Bly on fire.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to actually show them I am on fire.
I got bullied enough. No more.
He has transformed.
Bly on fire again.
He's been training in the hyperbolic time chamber. Most people only had access to Legacy of the Void for 2 months. For Bly, it's been 12 years.
He's looking pretty good right now for sure. He's got so many bases. Like,
oh my God, all these Phoenixes. I'm not sure if Maxed knows how good Parasonic Bomb is. Well, he's spreading out his Phoenixes, but not before. A lot of them have gone down. I find it personally very hard to figure out which Phoenix. I was talking a little bit off camera with this with Petit Drogo, I think it's kind of hard to see which Phoenix is being affected by Parasitic Bomb. Like, you can see it if they're all spread out, but Phoenixes pretty much always fly on top of each other. So the moment you have like 12, 14, 16 Phoenixes, by the time you figure out which Phoenix is under the effect of Parasitic Bomb, you know, half your Phoenixes are dead.
Absolutely, yeah. It can be hard, but I guess like now that he has no more Phoenixes, we should be seeing the situation again. Maybe he's gonna be happy about it.
That's the silver lining there. Well,
double Forge, by the way, to try and catch up in upgrades here from Maxed. Bly is pretty rich.
Oh, Zerglings run by. I'm not sure if these are Cracklings already or not. Do we have a Trino Glance currently? Yes, he does. So he's gonna have to be very careful. He only has a single cannon there, so you want to be careful. Look at how many probes go down in just a blink of an eye. 7, 8 workers fall. Ah, man.
4 lurkers and ultras are being made here. I think Bly is gonna go for the dream. You know what the dream is, Zerg?
Lurkers, Ultra, Broodlord.
Yeah.
Actually, and Viper and
it's more than a dream. It's a free win. It's pretty hard to counter. I think you need to base trade against this comp. Is the only way. Like, you can't fight unless.
What about like Tempest, Immortal, Carrier, like Storm?
Max said, who just barely got a 4th base, and
that's sick.
He's 1-1 on upgrades. I'm pretty sure Tempest are not even an option here for him. I think so. I think base trade, but I don't think he's gonna base trade realistically. He's probably gonna fight, lose everything, and get smashed.
It always looks like whenever there's like a single lurker that they don't do like crazy amounts of damage until you see a couple of them together. Like if you walk into that, that's the ultimate meat grinder right there. He even spread them out like an M, you see? At the M for meat grinder.
Easy. These mutas feel so out of place now.
Makes it look like an AI army, a little bit of everything.
What grows so far?
We have spotted flyers. Zerg flyers on the map. A couple of spine crawlers as well. Look at Bly, man, he's so solid. I really love everything that Bly has been doing. Of course, Maxhead has been giving him a lot of time. You can actually see, by the way, that he has the Immortals on auto, the shields on autocast.
Why'd you blink up?
Oh god, Broodlords, Lurkers.
Oh, the position is so insane as well. Maxhead is losing everything, and this might just be game here. He's trapped, he can't attack the Broodals. Broodlings are gonna keep on coming in. Abducts being used on these Immortals.
That's really sick there by Bly. Excellent position.
Look at the bank of Bly as well.
Yeah. This is why you don't take this fourth base, by the way, as Zerg. I've mentioned this multiple times, and I think, or in general in Protoss, like I think against Terran it's even worse, but even against Zerg things get very, very tricky. I think it's better to take the base at 9 o'clock. It's a lot easier to defend, even though it's a little harder to defend early on. In the later stage, it's a lot easier. There's just nothing that Maxhead can do against this army of Bly. This Bly's army is untouchable right now.
Maxhead just started some more probes and Storm.
Yeah, it's very ambitious. It's very, very ambitious. Bly is still maxed out, by the way. He just wiped out 100 supply of Protoss, and he's still maxed out. He's making one Corruptor. He's like, oh, I dropped in supply. Let me replace my army with a Corruptor. I mean, that was an awesome performance by Bly. Like, if I could redo my prediction right now, thought I would, because Bly is actually really stupid good at the moment in Legacy of the Void.
Only us predicted China, right?
Yes. Shame.
0-3. If Ukraine wins, I'm 0-3 today. Sad times.
If Ukraine wins, I'm 1-2. I'm glad it's. There's no money on the line, Todd. Yeah. Just honor.
What's your record, Apollo?
We've lost our honor a long time ago. I mean, he had Norway as well. Everybody had Norway.
What about you predicted China against Taiwan?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I picked Haas 4-0.
Oh, really?
I lost before they even started because he didn't start.
Yeah, so that's why I'm doing bad. I'm predicting the same as Sean. But now he's doing good on the last match. He picked Ukraine. God damn it.
Alrighty, so the next player for China is obviously going to be Jigua. I still think Jigua has a pretty decent shot against Bly, but I was very surprised that they sent Maxhead out. If I look at this game, I was not terribly impressed with Maxhead's build. And like, I don't want to be overly critical because, you know, the game is still new and everybody has their own styles. And who am I to judge how Maxhead is playing PvZ, right? He's a much more successful player than I am. But yeah. I just kind of feel if you go Nexus first, you scout that your opponent is not opening up with speed, then you either want to punish him immediately for that, or you want to go very economic.
How to punish him, you think?
I'm not sure. I think it's pretty hard to punish that, to be honest. I think then you got to go for 7 or 8 gate and just go absolutely, you know, balls to the wall all in. or you just go up to 3 bases relatively quick yourself. You know, you saw Ike do it off 1 gateway, and I think it's doable to do it off 1 gate. But why make 3 gateways and a robotics facility and an observer, and then go up to a 3rd base against a Zerg that doesn't have gas? He can't attack you, so why wouldn't you expand quicker? Like, that's something I don't really, I'm not a big fan of, I guess. I think
it was weird by Max said the way he played it, like very slow.
Yeah.
Like
he played it like he was
he had
afraid
an
of
observer
something.
in the main that saw absolutely nothing. Like he literally like was right there, 1 pixel to the left, and he would have spotted the hive starting, the Ultralis cavern. He could have started adjusting. And I really feel like, even though it looked bad and Bly was set up on 5 bases before Max said it is 4th, in this kind of game, if you make the perfect composition, if you take the perfect fight, and if you sit back at home, you can still defend and then maybe come back. But it's always very hard. But now, he just had like a tier 1, 2 army that against like everything that was hive. So
and like, let's not forget, once again, whenever you invest in upgrades, these upgrades, they gotta do something for you, right? Like, that's what StarCraft is all about. You make an investment, and an investment is supposed to have some sort of a return. What did Charge accomplish in that game, Todd? I mean, like, maybe it's just because Bly opened up with the Mudas, and that kind of destroyed Max's initial plan. So once again, I don't want to be overly critical of his decision to go for Charge, because he probably had a different game in mind and hoped that he was able to overrun his opponent. But it all just felt a little too late, and a lot of the decisions just didn't have any impact in the game.
With Parasitic Bomb being in the game, I don't think you can go for Mass Phoenix anymore unless your name is Roddy, and then you have a special build that you're very good at.
Oh, was that a sincere compliment?
No, it's a preview of what's going to happen when you play on the European ladder. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, it is time for a ZVZ now. I'm not sure if Sean Apollo Clark wants to step in for this one. He's been sitting next to us for a while, and I think the world needs a little more Apollo.
I think we're going to have a quick break either way beforehand, so we'll be back in a few minutes with the next match of this Clone War here between Ukraine and China. Be back after this.
Wally! Welcome back to NationWars, everybody. Hope you've been having a lot of fun this evening. It's time to find out and continue on with who is going to be first place from Group A. Hello, Todd. Lovely colour T-shirt.
Thank you.
Same as mine. Yeah, it's the same as mine.
So Bly and Ukraine doing pretty well for themselves.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. It really looks like Bly is the first Bondroid here on Legacy of the Void, potentially. He's doing pretty well for himself, for sure.
Yeah, he's doing brilliant. But now he goes up against, so it seems, China's best player in Shigua, who performed excellently in the previous match. And now it's the best player from one country going up against the other best player from the other. So hopefully this is going to provide a lot of fun and entertainment. But to be honest, Bly's been looking good in all matchups, but especially Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be his bread and butter, what he's very good at. And he predicted a fall 0. He's already completed half of that. If he were to beat Shigua here, it would only come down to a revive from China before Bly could try and finish them off.
Looking like a contender to really push the Ukraine deep in this tournament. We are loading into the next map. It's going to be Prion Terraces, a favourite of ours here. Of course, the goal-based map provides fun and entertainment and mostly short and explosive games. And that's what I'd be expecting, especially from our Ukrainian. But can Shigua for China put down the Chinese flag and put up a good fight? Here it is, Prion Terraces. All right, we're loaded in. Is it going to be a 3-0 or can the combat begin? I'm hyped up. I'm at O Gaming Studio in Le Paris once again. Here we are down to the bottom side. Playing for Team Ukraine is, of course, Bly, the undefeated, unstoppable player for the Ukraine, also team captain. And up here, hype for China is Shigua.
Jiao. You know, Chinese, they say Jiao. It's like a cheer. It's like Wale is the equivalent.
Wale.
The Chinese version. What do you say in English mostly? Like come on or let's go? Yeah.
Woohoo!
No.
I don't know. Come on or I don't know. We have a lot of similar phrases like get in, come on.
Yeah, that's the Geordies. No.
No, everyone says that.
Aye.
It's a football thing.
Get in.
Football getting in the net. Get in. Kerrigan. PP.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I know.
Don't mess with your boss. Bly, it seems like he has one main build that he really likes, which obviously Shigwa has been watching the previous games of Bly. He's aware of, but still chooses to go for a hatchery first. He wants a challenge.
He does. It's 17 hatchery. Will he follow up with 17 spawner pool as well? We'll see. And it looks like he is. So this is difficult to deal with. There's a lot of fast Zerglings really early on. Obviously, mostly supported by Banelings as well. And you have to have some cracking defense and some cracking control to stop this.
Cracking
control. And if you don't have it, sayonara. But it is only Zergling speed.
Yeah, but Bly stops mining gas, so I guess just gonna be pure links. Then a little bit surprised. I thought that with this build he would have maybe if he had known what Shigwa was going for, he would have tried.
He might try his old trick again, where he hides the Zerglings away from the Overlords. It's another map where you can do it because the Overlord of your own or his doesn't reach this ramp in time to see units come down. So you can send them left or right.
Yeah. I feel like people should practically like drone scout against Bly. He just loves this kind of build.
It might be you need a drone scout overall in this matchup, or you have to open up safe every time.
It's gonna be close. Not gonna quite able to see.
So this can work really effective, but Shigwa is already building 6 links.
And the Overlord on the left-hand side from Shigwa might spot this a little bit earlier than when it reaches the base.
Shigwa's building 8 links, and he's got his second Overlord in a great position.
He knows.
He senses it. He's been watching Bly all day.
Actually,
he's still building links. He's like he's countering the counter.
Yeah. He's even getting a spine. Shigwa, he's been studying and watching Bly here, and he wants to try and hard counter him in his game.
Yeah, but Bly's making a lot though. Like Bly's not just making a few; he's making a lot. And he's going to walk over this. He's got 8 Zerglings here. There's 6 on the ramp, 2 behind it. And Bly turns around, takes a pretty good fight to begin with. Takes an even better one at the back. Oh my god! Bad start here for Shigwa. Loses links right off the bat. And there's a lot more coming. You can see on the minimap.
Yeah, second queen's going to be pulled.
Here we are. That's a lot of links. He get a full wraparound. This just might be GG.
Is there enough here for Shigwa?
Get the wraparound, and that's good positioning for Shigwa. Almost a full wraparound coming out from Bly.
The Zerglings had some decent surface area. The inject on the natural finally kicked in.
Queen's going to die though. Queen's going to die on the ramp. That's going to open up the ramp. And that means that we're going to have a wraparound again. But there is a spine crawler which Bly now runs away from. A lot more lings on the way.
Yeah, Shigwa's got more drones. I think he might just outproduce here completely Bly. With that inject that hit on the natural, he's going to get way more.
He needs to pull the spine down, block off the ramp with double queens, get the spine in position, and he might be okay, or should be okay.
Baneling nest going down as well now for Shigwa, who's mining gas since a little bit earlier than Bly. He's going to be in a great position. Bly droning up, though, behind this.
Whoop. Good turnaround fight there from Bly.
It's funny, Shigwa's going to be the one on laning now with a lot of links.
Yeah, and the thing is, Bly needs to get down his own Baneling nest, or he could die to a counter.
I think he might just die.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. He needs a Baneling nest, and now he's got the gas. He has to put it down, otherwise he's fighting Zerglings against Banelings, and that is not going to be good for him.
He goes for it. Oh, what are you doing,
That was
Shigwa?
pretty cool.
Losing a bunch of links in the middle of the map. The rest is going to come in. The production is much better here for Shigwa right now. He's going to have way more links. We see actually army supply is already a little bit ahead.
Oh, Bly needs time for his own Banelings, because in a second we're going to have a morphin from Shigwa, and I'm not sure Bly can deal with it.
Why is he not going in? You got more links.
Yeah, I know. He could turn around. He's waiting for his 2 Banelings at the back there.
This might give enough time to Bly.
His Baneling nest isn't ready yet. He's taking another fight in the middle. Bly needs more time. He's running around. He knows he's got to buy time for this Baneling nest.
Oh, this gets surrounded. All the links are going to go down here from Bly and across the map.
Well, that's not Chinese. That's the wrong language, but you know what I mean. Goodbye. Get out of the game. Bly's in trouble. He's got his Baneling nest finished, but he's going to lose his natural. And losing the natural is going to cost him the game. He has to save it, but he also can't move down from that ramp.
He needs some sick Baneling connection here, Tasteless, and there is actually, I think he made 4 in his main. Let's see if he can connect properly.
It's not dead yet.
He gets the Banelings as well.
He gets the... What did the hatchery survive?
What?
Bly.
I mean, there's a lot of links, though, behind this. But can he get up the ramp and not get everything blown up?
I can't believe that he survived. I thought that was a goner.
Oh. Getting a detonation here.
12 more links on the way. But he's not injecting right now, which is a big problem for Bly. His production's low because his queens will call to the defense.
Yeah. Shigwa's droning up behind this. He's 10 drones ahead.
Whoa!
Say hello to my little friends.
No, the
Queen.
snipe of the Queen. Great
home.
snipe. Great snipe from Shigua. And now it's 30 drones to 16 with equal army supply. And Bly eventually has met his match today.
Yeah, Shigua masterful really in this game.
Yeah, he scouts the drone line, and that is a happy drone line to see when you're Shigua. Is that you see there's no drones there, and you look at your own, you're like, oh great, I've got 10 drones on my natural, how many do you got? None.
Bly in a little bit of a pickle here, gonna be trying to drone up himself. I'm not sure what the plan is for Bly to try and come back in this. Like, maybe he doesn't fully realize how behind he is. I think if he saw that saturation on the natural of Shigua, he'd probably leave or like try something drastic to try and end it.
He is in a pickle. I'm sounding more like Red Eye the longer the night goes on. My nose is my nostrils are fully blocked from my cold now.
He's your mentor after all.
Oh yeah. I decided to get a cold, so I just sound just like him. It's going to take a lot of work now for Bly to get back in this. To be honest, I don't know what the comeback is. Maybe just greed and hope for a no big attack coming in, but with a Roach Warren
would have to really
up.
mess up one of the attacks here, I think. Which shouldn't happen, even though he's donating a few units here and there right now. 29 drones to 41 in Shigua's favor right now, and with the Roach Warren about to finish.
Yeah, it looks like he could power up. I mean, Shigua could play this any way he wants to. He could go for a big attack. He could drone up his new gold base very shortly. But he's building 16 Zerglings. Whether that's to put some pressure out and hold map control and then drone up to his third, we'll see. But Bly's going to run around with some Zerglings. Finds the goal, kind of knows the crappy position he's in. Tries a couple of cute moves to be able to get a hatchery kill, but that's not going to work. Well, maybe. No. Shigua sees.
Yeah, Shigua is... As long as he really doesn't do a huge mess up here, he's going to be all right. Starting Roach production, and like when you get such an earlier third compared to your opponent, all you have to do is make a ton of units.
Yeah.
Like you can transfer a bunch of drones to the gold base and make sure you never let your opponent take his own third base, and then you've won.
Seems like Bly's tired. I mean, he seemed it in the pre-game interview. He's supply block now, trying to build roaches. And there's a massive supply difference between them. Well, I'll say that, and then Bly finally gets on supply block to build 8 roaches.
Bly's fire has been put out here so far in this game. Safe to say that.
That's right. Shigua turned up with the fire engines to put this kid out. And unfortunately, Bly's going to have to try and make a good hold here. He's got a decent army supply. He's adding on some Ravagers. But Banelings are going to be a pain as well to deal with.
There's going to be a cancel here for sure.
He's got to hold this ideally with his opponent having a gold base of his own. He's not going to be able to hold this. He's going to go back to 2 bases. Maybe takes a cost-efficient trade. Corrosive Biles come down. Pretty good first hit. Banelings come in, and that's pretty good as well.
Huge detonations.
So Bly maybe hoping to make this work.
I mean, even holding here, though, like, I mean, it's nice you stay alive in the game a little bit, but it's still 40 drones for Shigua against 32 for Bly. Nice little run by, but I don't think it killed enough here in just 2 drones.
Only 2 drones. Never say never, says Bly, who's building up 7 more roaches. And maybe this is going to be his big attack.
He's going to hold in,
Ravagers. Does seem like it.
Lair only starts now, by the way, for Shigua. He delayed that so much.
But if Shigua over drones at this point, there is a chance that he doesn't have enough to defend Bly's attack. Bly puts down his 3rd hatchery, kills Overlords, and now is masked a little bit in terms of what he's up to. But he drones, he decides to drone.
Yeah.
So he's not going to go for a big attack. Killing up Overlords left and right. This is good.
Do you think Bly still has a chance?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a chance for sure. He's only a little bit, not okay. He's quite a bit behind, but there is a chance.
3 Overlords started as well here. He might just get a lot of units from here. Or you think he's gonna drone up more?
I don't know. Droning up more, I think, is bad. I think he just should attack.
Yeah, get a lot of units. 2 more Banelings morphing in.
Yeah.
I think, are they on the right-hand side of this? To try
they
and,
might be. Then he
on
might.
the top right-hand side?
No.
No, the ones from Bly, I mean. Because he's morphing too. Yeah, he wants to get the mineral line, but that's a sick wall with the Evo. I like it.
He can go behind the geyser, though.
Oh, yeah. You need a spine there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's splitting them. Oh, actually, you can even go under. Okay,
Oh,
that's a really
beauty.
terrible wall, and he gets 7 drones.
Beauty. 7 hits there.
What a garbage wall, Apollo. I told you it was bad, right?
But there's no layer, there's no evolution chamber, there's nothing like that right now down for Bly. He throws down his first tech structure, well, future tech structure in the evolution chamber so he can get some upgrades for the late game. And start his layer. Tries again the Banelinks, but not going to work this time.
Fool me once.
His army's not quite as big as Shigua's though, as he marches through the middle of the map. This could be dangerous. If he loses a lot, he could just die to a counter. Got to proceed very cautiously.
Yeah. It's 6 Ravager for Bly, only 4 for Shigua, but 26 Roaches for Shigua to 18 for Bly. So quite a bit more army, and he's also, I guess, hitting his injects, killing a lot of units out at once. Clear reconstitution is on the way. +1 missile as well for Bly. It's going to start much later. Not just the +1 missile, but also lair is not even finished yet. Pew, pew, pew.
So 40 supply difference now between the Chinese man and the Ukrainian.
But he's going to take some serious camping out of Bly, I think, to win, and some huge mistake from Shigua.
Yeah, some good fights, some mistakes. Trying to guess where it's going to go is impossible. It's actually impossible to hit this thing.
I just spam the entire place.
Yeah, make a circle around it. Choose. Okay, when your opponent lets you get it. That's a pretty beefy army.
Bly's done a very good job of getting a few drones out at a time, not too many, and squeezing out a lot of army because he knew that he could be attacked any second.
Where's his army? It's going right. What's he trying to do?
Base trade.
Well, I don't think that's going to work. Bly spots this army, and what do you do? Maybe if Shigua comes back, but I think Shigua's experienced enough not to turn around now.
Yeah, Shigua is just going to accept the base trade. Orbiting across the map, walking back would be too hard, so he's just going to go straight for it. That natural... It's actually already very
well, I mean, there's just way too much more. There's way too much here for Shigua. He's going to march in, and he'll take down everything a lot faster. He's already in the main base. Well, Bly's still on the third, and Bly's in a lot of trouble. After such a successful day of StarCraft 2 for him and his Ukrainian team, it looks finally he's going to take a loss, and we are going to have to see another couple of players play for the Ukraine. And the last couple of units have been picked off on the other side of the map. And 70 supply difference. This
looks
is
like he wants to go for the full base trade, though. He wants to try and eliminate Shigua here if he can.
Yeah, I think that's going to work out, to be honest.
Army supply 145 to 85. Okay, that sounds really bad.
Yeah, and you can already see there's quite a few roaches left over for Shigua, taking down some of this army that Bly has left over, which now just means this army has an even easier time of coming back to defend and clearing this up. And Shigua, who played so very well against Taiwan, now comes out for his team against the Ukraine, provides another fantastic performance. And he could go the distance here. We could be seeing this go to 7 maps. I can see that going through, actually.
He's the last player from China. There is still a revive, and Shigua's going to get right up the ramp. You have to try and engage into this army. The Ravagers are at the front. He's getting the elimination that he's winning, actually, at the same time across the map, but he wants to make sure that he kills this army. Bly's trying to run away, but he just doesn't have enough.
Bly's fire has been put out by Shigua, and he is going to push his opponent to 8 supply only, and is going to take this game. GG! G, tasteless!
Oh, just a G.
And we have a Chinese victory for Shigua. It's a big victory for him. Congratulations. He starts the comeback. He starts the turnaround. And now Ukraine are forced to bring out one of the other 2 players to play against Shigua. Are we going to see a Zerg versus Zerg from Demaga, or is Cass going to play for the first time today?
The dream is alive, man. I think Demaga.
I think Demaga too.
Cass looked really not confident.
Yeah.
The only thing he was confident about is that Terran wasn't more OP than Zerg.
Yep. I think Demaga will try his chances in a Zerg versus Zerg, and then whoever comes out next, he'll try his chances again. Cass, I think, is avoiding gameplay today. Doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel confident. But
He doesn't want to come out unless he absolutely has to.
Yeah, so I 100% agree with you. I have a feeling it is going to be Demaga. Dmitro Filipchuk. I think I said that quite well. My nose is severely blocked, though.
Hey, what is going on?
I can't breathe.
You're getting sick.
I am. I think it's after DreamHack, but also I've been treating my body not like a temple for a long time.
What have you been treating it like?
Traveling from coast to coast, to region to continent in the last 8 weeks. And I think eventually, I didn't get sick at all, and then boom, It caught
You're
up to me.
releasing all the passion at once.
Yeah, I traveled a
Before
lot
Christmas.
actually this last 8 weeks. With from the Burbank to BlizzCon to here to Sweden,
worked very
back to
hard,
here.
yeah.
Done some work finally this year.
I've seen you work very hard at DreamHack when you finished at 8 p.m. and Heroes finished at 3:30 a.m.
That's not true at all. Heroes is an easier game though, so you don't have to concentrate as much to cast it. Right?
Wow.
I mean, you have a lose-lose situation here, so choose your answer wisely. You could say that Heroes is harder than StarCraft.
In casting,
what?
Well, what does it matter what I say in casting? Heroes is pretty intense in
To
casting,
cast?
yeah, because you cast the entire draft and then you cast the game as well. It's pretty long. And
But you have to think harder with StarCraft. You have to use your noodle.
You have to think hard on both games.
Yeah? You defended Heroes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like both games.
It's
I'm not
okay.
ashamed to say it.
It's okay. I like Football Manager when I'm not fired as well. And Ronnie likes Overwatch when he's not losing. It's how we work.
You should tell people about that story of how you got fired twice by playing Football Manager.
I can't play. It's my travel game, and I got fired twice in a row. I'm not very good at it.
Third time's the charm.
Hopefully. I'll play some more later. But
who is it gonna be?
It's Demaga.
Yeah, I feel Demaga as well.
It has to
be
be.
honest, if you both play the same thing, though, it's not fun.
But it's going to be Demaga. Come on. No, Roddy, you're wrong. Roddy, no.
Roddy says
no.
Cass.
Roddy, no. It's Demaga. It's going to be Demaga. Why Cass? It's not going to be Cass.
Roddy says Cass hasn't played yet, and Dima doesn't want to play ZVZ.
Well, he's right. One of the two there. He's right that Cass hasn't played yet.
Is it going to be the reason he comes out?
No. A cheeky bet, anyone? All right, 15 seconds.
Is it going to be Demaga or Cass?
It's going to be Demaga.
Let's find out.
All
10
right.
seconds. We say Demaga.
All
Roddy
right, will
says
it be?
Cass.
Which one will it be? I'm pretty.
Roddy
it's
can be
already
right.
this one. It's
I don't
already
want
this one.
Roddy to be right.
It's already
please.
the Hydralisk.
Demaga.
Yeah.
Bam!
Poof. Time for
What's up?
This is what's up, Roddy? Can't predict anything.
Actually, he scored.
You're on so bad.
A betting man.
A betting man never says never.
So is ZVZ on orbital shipyard here between these two? You're the resident Zerg Apollo. Your thoughts?
Let me have a look at the map. I'll tell you. I don't know the names properly yet. Not orbital. Okay, so this one. I like it.
It's
I like
a very
it.
interesting dynamic, I guess.
It's a pretty.
because
It's a
of the ramp.
smallish map.
Yeah, like you have a very easy expand to take. I feel like cheesing on this map, like the build that we've seen a lot out of Bly previously, where he goes very aggressive, would be bad on this map. But I guess Bly is not playing anyway. Demaga, I think, will be a lot more enthusiastic about going into longer games. In particular, he loves his macro.
I don't think we'll see cheese on this map. That's my first thought.
All right.
But we'll see. All right, so going to load into the next map here. It's map number 3, or number 4, excuse me, in this best of 7 between Ukraine and China to find out who will be the very first nation into the top 8 of NationWars 3. Is down here to the bottom left-hand side for the Ukraine, currently leading 2-1. It is Demaga.
Demaga.
I say that, and he's gone extract to spawn and pull anyway, so you know what? I'm crap. And up here to the north for China, it is Shigua. Hashtag Roddy in a club.
That was one of those times where this has absolutely nothing to do with, with it.
The whole hashtag doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter where it's put.
does. When a sellout is alone in a wall, that's like Roddy. For real, I picture Roddy there.
Defending the hordes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what he does.
So we have an aggressive opening from the Ukrainian up against Hatchery first and an extractor coming from China. And this is a good start, I would imagine, for Demaga. We'll see if he can actually make it work.
Would you like to sneeze, Apollo?
No, not at all. I just can't breathe from my nostrils, my nose.
Okay.
I can't breathe. Both are blocked. But there's nothing I can do because I have to keep on talking.
You got passion.
Passion is alive, and it's the same build from Bly. You can do the same thing with the Zerglings on this map as well, so maybe that's what he's going to try.
Yeah, stops mining gas though, Demaga. It seems like every single time they've done this, or like most of the time, they've gone for this, where you stop mining gas, later go for the hatchery, and
Bly
you
strat.
can drone up if you want.
Hashtag Bly strat. So he's gone for 8, and now a 10, the next set of links for a total of 10. how far does he go is one question, and the second question is how many links does Shigwa build? So he goes 4. In the previous game, he kept on building links, which actually gave him a pretty good defense against Bly, and he's doing it again. 6 Zerglings coming out from Shigwa, then drones.
Why doesn't Dimaga go completely all in with this? With like just pure ling?
Because if he just gets a queen snipe or a couple of drones and continues to drone, he gets a huge lead. But he is continuing link production.
Baneling Nest
He's
already
hiding them
starts
though.
for Shigwa.
He's hiding them. He knows, he smells something, it's not right.
Yeah, Speed's about to finish. Shigwa is gonna spot the links. He's already got Baneling Nest on the way and a Spine Crawler as well. It seems like he knew.
That's a good grab though.
Regardless.
3 links is a good start. But the Baneling Nest,
Queen?
Queens and Spine. Queen in a great position.
Wow, Shigwa. That was sick.
Oh, he's got a quick round perhaps.
Yeah, but there's
No,
enough
the
drones
drones!
around. Oh, gets a little bit of a surround here on some of those drones.
There's a lot more links coming in. And Shigwa's looking solid to be fair.
Yeah, he's got an inject also that about to hit on a natural and finish, so he's just in a great position with this double queen. The Banelings he's about to be able to make here as well with the guys that he's already mined.
And Dimaga continues to build links as well, even against a Baneling Nest, which I think is pretty wild.
I mean, yeah, those queens are going to do so much damage here against these links. Dimaga not really doing any damage.
And the Baneling's about to finish as well. He's got to be careful. Okay, he does back off in time.
Get off my lawn.
But this is held easily. Again.
And behind this, Dimaga panics a little bit. He starts a Spine Crawler back at home. He's really worried about a counter attack.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, Shigwa was always going to drone here. And he's already ahead in drones, and he's got quite a few more on the way. Wow.
Well, the Baneling Nest is so far behind for Dimaga.
This could be the equalizer here.
I think my prediction for this was the Ukraine, but I said 4-3, and I really do believe that it's going to go the distance this series. But we'll see.
Are you sure about your prediction being Ukraine?
I'm pretty sure I picked Ukraine. Really sure. And I picked 7 maps as well. Just because I feel that Shigwa and Bly are so dominant that they'll keep on winning until they stop each other, and then it'll go to the
Nobody
ace
else
match
will
anyway.
win?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else will win. So Shigwa will go all the way through, and then Bly will have to come out, and that's the last match.
So you reckon Shigwa
will go all the way?
Beats Dimaga here, beats Cast, and Bly is revived.
And then it will be the decider between them. And hopefully Bly wins to get my prediction right. But alright, so the difference again, because of the great defense set up by Shigwa, who is almost preemptively expecting this type of aggression, is 26 drones ahead. Which is huge, absolutely huge.
Dimaga is getting a Roach Warren. He's still droning up though at the same time.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't really know about this map, is when it gets to this stage, you have no idea if your opponent is planning an assault or droning.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like, you can't see inside the main base if he's saving up units.
Third base on the way now for Shigwa. He's gonna need a couple Banelings here against this. Actually, no, even if he had just Links here, I think he would have been fine. Links headed across the map from Shigwa. Is he gonna try for a cheeky double Baneling detonation on his drones? Quite possibly, I think.
Dimaga's doorbell just rang. Nobody rings the doorbell at 2 o'clock at night.
It's White-Ra. Let me tell you about special tactics for Ukraine.
Hello, my friend. I brought a bottle of vodka. Let me tell you some special tactics. And we drink together.
That's not a very good tactic.
When we drink together, you take 1 shot every time you lose a Baneling, and the next thing you know, you're winning every single game. All right, someone was clearly downloading in Dimaga's house. No, I'm actually pretty bad at accents, especially when I can't even use my nose.
You did a good French accent earlier today.
I've been working on it. I see you so often. No, I see you so often recently, and been in France quite a bit. My accent is getting better.
Roddy giggles.
I love making Roddy giggle. It's actually one of my favorite things to do. You know, play Starcraft, go to the club with Roddy, and then make Roddy laugh.
All of those things kind of involve Roddy.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of my life revolves around Roddy. Like, you just realize. All right, so
Shigwa I just don't see him lose this. Really?
No.
Like, Dimaga is gonna all in. Like, he's just getting Roaches and Ravagers, but
they're going to be so slow.
Yeah.
Like this overload of Shigwa, sure, it's going to die after the Ravagers shoot it down, but being able to spot this as early...
Yeah,
oh,
he
Dimaga's
spots
running
it.
past.
He spots it on the other side of the map, and now he's like, all right, okay, Ukraine, stop it. Like, all right, let's be honest, like, you can't beat me. And then he just builds a bunch of units and stops it. Right now, Dimaga does have a slightly larger army. So that is a slight concern for Shigwa.
He's injecting on 3
I don't know
bases.
why he's not building spines or just pumping out more units. Maybe he just doesn't have lava, but I really think that one spine might not be enough. He's got to be very careful.
Yeah, because these Ravagers here could be dangerous.
Yeah. But then again,
he's getting links.
You look at half of Dimaga's army, it's still on the other side of the map. It's still on the mini-map.
Oh my god, that's fine. Getting
All
a
right.
taste of her own
All
medicine.
Shigwa
Bane's
has
going
to
to come
do
in.
to tie this up is hold this
Where are
attack.
the Quints?
Well, I don't know, but a lot of Lings come flooding in. Dimaga still has a slightly larger army supply, and with Lings right now, they're almost buffering a lot of shots for these Roaches and Ravage to deal damage.
Oh,
Can
nice
Shigwa
dodge.
get out enough units? These Roaches are, I mean, is he holding? I don't think this is going to be broken, so...
And Dimaga behind this, he knows there is a third base. He knows that if Shigwa holds, it might be all over. It is going to be held. Not much he can do here. He's going to get chased.
This is over. And Cass, you didn't want to play, but you need to. 2-2. Shigwa wins 2 games in a row, and we are going to have a Terran versus Zerg. Cass must fight for a chance to keep this ball rolling. Otherwise, China will go in the lead.
He needs to try and make his country proud here in a TVZ of the ages.
Yeah.
One of his, well, Cass next player. Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. Oh, wait, shocker.
A matchup that Cass used to be known for, sometimes struggled in, but it's going to be cool to see in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
He didn't shine too much so far.
I think he played one game in the qualifiers. I can't remember who it was, but he played one Terran vs Zerg, and he played it identical to Heart of the Swarm. As in 3 command center, double engineering bay, and he got walked over by someone. Raynor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Raynor was on fire, though. As much as Bly would have liked to be.
He did okay in Terran vs Protoss, to be fair.
Yeah, Cass beats State
which is a good win.
Yeah, but I guess that doesn't come into play against China because the only Protoss already lost. So
yeah,
he would have to beat Shigwa here, and then Shigwa, I'm pretty sure, would be revived.
I think so. I think so.
It's going to be tough.
So that's our next game. It's currently tied 2 apiece between the Ukraine and China as one of these 2 nations fights for the first place position in Group A and the first nation to qualify for the quarterfinals, the single elimination bracket happening in 2016 on the 2nd and 3rd of January. We're going to take a very quick break here at the Old Gaming Studios for NationWars 3. When we return, we'll find out which nation will go up 3-2.
Bienvenue pour NationWars 3.
Bravo.
Wow.
Bravo. 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 Bravo.
Got a round of applause to see that one boom out of nowhere.
What is really cool is that we stood there like a couple of minutes and you didn't tell me that you were about to start with a French sentence.
I don't know, just
and
came
I'm
in
like,
my head.
what?
Bang, man, just boom. Welcome back to the English stream, by the way. I haven't been here since the qualifiers. Thanks for coming back. I know you've been having a lot. Lots of fun.
We've had a
French
little bit
one.
of fun. Yeah, of course.
But now you're about to have even more with us.
But of course.
Because
I'm really happy
Roddy's
to be with
never
you guys.
cast with you before.
No,
And now
we
he's
did.
about to
We did cast together.
Yes.
The show matches before BlizzCon 2014. That was the first time that I casted.
Show matches?
Yeah. The
All
Roddy
night?
show matches
Oh.
that we hosted from your place when I was staying with you and
yeah,
Todd.
you were there. Yeah,
Yes, we
from the
tried
apartment.
casted all day long for like 10 hours straight.
But now you get to show him the real French hype live in person.
I
Before we
will
get
show you.
to that, though, which we're going to have a lot of fun with, of course, we have the interviews from every debut player when they come in.
Yes.
And this is Cass's first match, which means Cass has words for you.
For me, always the national tournament is special because you're fighting for your country, not only for your team or for yourself. So that's special for everyone. Well, yeah, I think I feel a bit more nervous when I play national tournaments. So it's always more important for me, and I feel a bit pressure. So yeah, it is very different than usually tournament. I feel I have a bit experience in LAN tournaments, but it is always good feeling. It is always feeling that you need to try your best, but you need to show everything you can do, and usually it is very amazing feeling. Norway, Well, it is always hard. They have a very good Zergs and Snoot, Targa. I don't know, always feel scared of Team Norway. Sure, we will try best. We will not give up, but will be just very, very, very hard. Yeah, I started to play a bit less in Heart of the Storm, and now in the Legacy of the Void, even more or less games. So I don't know. Maybe I lose a bit motivation trying to find it right now. If I will find it, I think I still can back. For sure, he best in our team, and he practiced from the start of the beta, and he have very good knowledge about Legacy of the Void. So he very important player for us, and he really good. He can show a great game, and he's captain, he's leader, and I hope he will fight versus top Legacy of the Void players right now. Yes, thank you for cheering me. I trying to get my motivation back, and will try to fight again. And thank you for support to my team, to 1xBet, and see you guys.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup, once known as the destroyer
Of
worlds.
The Muslim Ami gave him that title.
You did?
Yeah.
But he's no
Did
longer
you?
the destroyer of worlds,
Cool.
sadly.
Cool story.
Sadly, not anymore.
Well,
You know what I think is really cool about that video is that, you know, even in that video they're asking about how good do you think Bly is, and Bly is truly being like the leader and the captain right now of Ukraine. You know, that's kind of a beautiful story on its own, because once upon a time Bly was that guy that really wanted to make that step, right? And he wanted to be part of the big boys crew, but
He did.
back then it was like White Russ, Trello,
Yeah.
Kimaga and Kaz dominating.
Yeah.
And now look who's
good
on
luck.
top.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, and Bly was like that fifth wheel, you know. He's like, he's
Yeah.
pretty good, but there are a couple of other Ukrainians. That was that Protos, I forgot his name.
That's funny. There used to be the spare tire in the back of the Ukraine
no,
truck.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But isn't that a cool story on its own?
Yeah,
that-
it's not anymore.
No.
Verdi, right?
You know,
You're on about, I think.
No, Verdi's Russian.
Verdi's
There was-
Russian.
there was some Ukrainian Protos that was very good, but for a while.
God, I know who you're on about.
Yeah, he had a great DreamHack run, like 1 or 2.
I'm gonna have a look. I know exactly who you're on about, but I don't know his name. How do I get to...
And they
I
had
wish I
one
could say
more,
it.
but there was one guy in particular that stood out.
Underdog? No.
Yeah, Underdog was
Was it
good, but it's
Underdog?
not the one I mean. That's not the one. That's not the one you mean either.
We're in the game, boys.
Okay, take it away, Funky Donkey.
All right.
You're the
let's do-
hype man.
Let's do an intro.
Let's do it!
Top left, the watermelon guy for China is playing really, really well. Is Shigua. Shigua. Come on, find that Protoss player.
Guys, just keep talking. I'm on it.
We almost have him.
Bottom right,
We're zooming in.
debut in NationWars 3 for Ukraine. It is Cass. Cascade Cass.
Are you sure he's Russian? I mean, sure
Yeah,
he's not Russian.
I'm
I think
sure.
he meant Underdark.
No, like, Underdog was good, but there was another guy that had a different name.
He's not in here, though.
Maybe he changed his name or something. I'm sure that I'm sure it was Ukrainian Protoss. We can take a look at some of the older
Yeah.
DreamHacks, but that doesn't really matter right now. What does matter
I know it's
is,
true.
Is that Bly is 11-3. 11-3 in NationWars 3. That's
Bly?
pretty good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
11-3.
That is very impressive indeed. Central Protocol is a very unique map. This is one of the maps where as a Terran player you're gonna have a very hard time going up to 3 bases.
Freya.
Yes,
Ah,
Freya.
Oh, good.
Had to search.
I love
Good
how
job.
Sean is like, boom! It's like, Sean, like,
I found it.
Liquipedia knew it, not you.
Yeah, but I found it. I found it.
Yeah, he was very good. But anyway, that's just the moral of the story is, you know, don't stop believing, right?
Don't stop.
You can be a small-time boy from Kiev and still make it to the captain of your team.
Yes.
Northern
and he's
Kiev.
freaking on fire.
Yes.
But he did lose. He did lose to Shigua,
who's
playing
also
so
undefeated
freaking
today.
good.
Yeah.
Undefeated
He's
today.
playing so well. Tactically,
Mechanically,
micro-wise, everything is just falls into, you know, perfection in general.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, the
I like it a
holds,
lot.
Like there were just no mistakes in those holds, right? Always send the
Yeah.
queens a little bit forward, get a couple hits off, and then before they could get surrounded, he sends them back again in a little alley between, you know, the
Spine
spawning
crawler,
pool
the
and the
bailing
spawn, yeah.
nest.
It's just awesome stuff, you know, always getting those bonus hits off and making sure he doesn't put himself too far at risk.
Yeah.
So let's see. What do you think is going to be Chaos's approach here? This is cross-map Central Protocol. This suddenly becomes a very large map when it's cross.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is that there's no question in anyone's mind. Shigor is the favorite here, but I think Cass could pull an upset. It's also out there that he hasn't played as much Legacy as everyone else has, but you can still pull off a couple of builds, right? I mean, he's gone for double gas pretty early. Is he going to go for like, you know, a good old Hellion, Hellbat Banshee type of play? It's still viable. I've lost to it.
Yeah.
I've seen it used in streams.
I think you can still go for like a sizable number of Hellions, the way the ramp works on the second base, and then maybe go Liberator, just abuse the fact that there's a lot of dead space behind the main.
Insane amount
and
of
then,
dead space.
I don't know, like just make something work around those lengths.
Make
Like maybe
something
double medivacs, like 16 Marines, you push away. And then you keep on reinforcing, and maybe you take a third base at that moment.
I feel
but
like
you need to be aggressive first.
Yeah, I feel like Banshees is kind of like a hit or miss over here. Like obviously the third base is quite far away, which makes it hardest to connect with creep. So maybe Banshees can intercept
Double starboard!
Liberator!
What is this?
You're getting liberated, Shigwa!
He's ready to spread some freedom, mate.
Wow, I didn't expect to
Banshees,
see this.
Setting up a
Liberator.
Liberator
I think
Banshee
I
and
mean,
Liberator?
no, like double Banshee. Imagine double Banshee.
He can't
like,
though, because he needs another tech lab. It'd be way too late if he was double Banshee.
Yeah. Well, maybe like he researches.
It could be like a Medivac from the other one, while Banshee's from one.
Yep.
No, it is.
No, he's going for double tech lab. It's
He's
going to be
got
double
tech
Banshee.
lab.
That's cool. 2-port
No
Banshee.
way.
2-port
I
Banshee.
mean, like it's hard. Like it's hard to connect the natural towards the third base.
Yeah, it's almost connected though. Look.
Yeah, but like now the Hellions will stop, so that should be the last crypto. Where are the Hellions?
There.
Okay, that Overlord is not going to die fast enough. I think he's going to
he's
scout
gonna
the
see
first
one.
starport.
Yeah, one, but that doesn't.
Yeah, that
really
doesn't tell him anything.
No.
Right.
Tech Lab does tell him something. Of course,
It
the
tells
Tech
him
Lab.
Banshee, right?
Yeah.
But
now he's like, single Banshee.
No
I mean,
way.
if he shows up with 3 or 4 Banshees, he could do terrible damage.
the layer's at a
he
pretty
would be
good
able
time
to.
too, though. So that's going to be good for Overseers. If there was Cloak, Spire could come in pretty fast too. So there's going to be a limited amount of times that Banshees can be good. But
I don't mind it though. Like Kaz already said, he's a little bit out of shape. He's not as mechanically gifted as he was a while ago. He's not as hot when it comes to micro and stuff. So try to surprise your opponent. Try to catch him off guard. This is a very hard map to go after 3 bases. Jigua is the king of counterattacks. It's how he has played for years. Run around with a lot of units. He has very high APM. So he will always counter over and over again. So I do not mind this crazy build from Kaz one bit.
I think that armor is a little bit late. I would have wished that he had already Elbats to deny the third, but the Spire is already...
the Spire's the
imagine
the bogus to
if all these Banshees go to the back of the main and he
kills the
snipes
Spire. No, he could. No, you're right. He could.
That would be a great move.
He doesn't know where it is yet, though.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He didn't
But
scout at the Spire.
The armor is so sick too. Like,
don't do this. Like this is a complete waste. Killing a couple creep too much. Like
He's
denying creep is nice in some scenario. He's gonna go for some 2 base all in. I
the
guess.
thing
right?
is, his Spire is so uncommon that he could just be assuming that it's not Spire.
Yeah,
and that it's
Roach
just like Roach,
Ravagers.
because Roach is so much more popular in the game right now.
Yeah.
But
still,
if he waits, he's just gonna get wrecked.
You still see some Spire play, but he's taking too much time in my opinion. There's too many Banelings and Zerglings there.
I mean, the Spire is still not done though, so this may be a good moment. You gotta spread out those helmets though a little bit, because there are quite a few Banelings over here, Cass.
Split.
That's a pretty decent split.
Man.
There's so many left.
That is really good. That is a really good split, and he's just lost 1 Banshee, still doing some
and
critical
the Liberators
damage.
backing up, which would be very good against the Mutilus as well if they can get there in time.
This is so good for Kaz right now. He's gonna get all these drones.
Yes.
Barbecue.
That is Korean barbecue right there. Actually, Chinese barbecue.
And all you gotta do technically is kill the third, because there's a third command center finishing up as well. So like killing the third's a win, more is better. So this is a fantastic position.
Seriously, transforming back to Hellion so he can micro them in the background. That's really
Is
sick.
he gonna try to keep that
Cass is
hatchery
trying.
alive? Does he have transfuses?
He
I
has
mean,
a
with
few.
3 Banshees, that's so much DPS.
I need to kite a little bit more. We'll see
he
transfuse
does
one.
transfuse
But
once.
he's no more transfuse. No more
He
transfuse.
needs
No more.
more kite.
No,
Yes, he does.
Whoa!
He's gonna save the hatchery.
He's gonna
Whoa,
save it.
Jigua.
Okay.
Beast.
That is.
And now the Banshees, I mean the Mulus are out.
Yeah. I mean, Liberators are as well.
Yeah, the situation is not that good still for Shigua, but he didn't lose the third
He's
hatchery.
alive.
He's alive.
He's on life support, but he's alive.
Kinda.
They've got great doctors in China.
And social security also. No, not talking about that.
I can't believe he couldn't get the hatch. Imagine if he focused the hatch down instead of killing Lings and Banelings and Queens in the middle. He could have killed the hatch.
I still believe that he's
could
alive.
have killed it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, if you wouldn't have more of the Hellbats, if you just right-click on the hatch.
Just kill the hatch and then go after everything else.
I mean, but I don't blame him because I was pretty much. I was kind of damn sure that he was going to kill the hatchery. Like I feel this is one of those moments where, you know, hindsight it's very easy to call, but I didn't really mind the way that Cass was handling all that. It was just great defense by Shiguma.
From now as well, is Mulis are useless.
Yes.
Because they cannot be
Turrets,
used anymore in this game, defensively or
Marines.
aggressively. Turrets, Marines, and Liberators, which creates a massive window for Zerg where they're weak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Until they either switch tech, or not switch tech, but switch ground units to Roaches, or gone up towards the Infestation Pit, Infestors, or Hive, then he's weak.
I mean, I totally agree with you. And if this is like 2012, 2013 Cass, I'm pretty damn convinced he's going to win this game. And he's in a phenomenal position as we speak. But this is still a very large map, and Shigua has always been the king of counterattacks. So as long as he's alive, as long as he got upgraded links to work with, this game I feel is far from over.
And pretty great upgrades too. I mean, Cass just completing 1-1. We already like a little bit more than a third going into 2-2 for Zerg. So if Cass still plays passively, I think he's afraid of the counterattacks that you mentioned, but still, he needs to move. Like that fourth base, it cannot be alive.
I mean, it's a lot easier said than done. If you take a look at Cass's vision right now, if you just press Cass V, you know, he doesn't see anything.
No.
So for him to step across the map, if he loses that army one time, but rolls into a bunch of banelings, then suddenly you're going to hate life. You're going to be like, oh man, I threw that game. So, you know,
he's waited till he's got a decent amount of units and also 1-1. So now he's comfortable to move over. The creep spread is not near that fourth, which is great news for Cass if he gets on the south side of it just in time.
You can go through the rocks. Oh my god. Hey, you can go through the rocks via the main base. How sick is that?
That would be sick.
That probably would be
actually
sick,
be sick.
Yeah.
3 Liberators, couple of mines, 5 mines actually, and a pretty sizable army of Marine and Marauders.
But he's got to be careful. He needs to Widow mine in good positions, Liberators in good positions as well. That's pretty good. But no, that's a bad start.
Oh, you need to split, Cass. Please.
He lost all his mines instantly.
Okay.
So he's got 2 left.
2 mines and a pretty good position with the Liberators. That fourth base is doomed, basically.
That wasn't that bad, to be honest. That was pretty decent by
There's
Cass.
a counter, as you said, of Lings, I guess.
Counter of Lings,
As
just
you
a
said,
couple
but Cass
of
is
them.
there. He's there. He's
he has a couple of units.
Good.
So that's enough.
So he gets the 4.
The mine is gonna blow up? No, we can target it down before it shoots. That's pretty
He's
good.
going to start 2-2. You cannot not start 2-2. That's a big, big mistake.
Yeah, that's very weird. And he's had armory since pretty much minute 1.
Yeah. It's a big, big mistake. You can slightly edge your position a little bit further as you bunny hop with Liberators here. Carefully, though. This is very careful territory. You got to kill creep and wait.
Oh, look how low HP that hatchery still is, by the way.
Yeah, that's if he snipes that.
And he's actually splitting his army. He's gonna force the fight on the fourth base and the third at the same time. I'm really liking this. He's gonna destroy the fourth base for sure.
That one Marine found the gold mine. And this is indeed a very good move. I mean, Cass has just been so much richer than Jigua, so he can do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Now he's going to send a few more forces
imagine
to
if there
kill
was
all those
medivacs
drones.
there where he just drops in the main base as well. Like.
All the drones are getting massacred.
I mean, Cass is now I feel that Cass is almost in an unlosable position.
Yeah.
This should never go wrong.
What? Still.
How did those drones win the fight? +2 armored drones are so sick.
+2 armor, man. So sick.
No 2-2 though.
Okay, you're
like that's a major issue.
Yeah. Ultralisks.
Well, it's not gonna change anything. Marines don't deal damage to Ultralisk anyways.
I can't believe all those drones survived. I'm stunned. He sent like 7 bio units to the corner of the map. You look back and the drones have punched their way through victory. It's like an army of little Apollo Creeds right there.
Yeah, there's so many drones left. What the hell? I can't believe he's building the fourth hatch. Like, yeah.
Careful, guys. Careful. There are drones. yeah.
Hey, he's fleeing. He doesn't want to fight this. Dude, 4 Ultralisk with
finally.
like 7 defense Ultralisk against 1-1 Marines and Marauders?
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to kill. Even though the supply is heavily in favor, but he's going to lose that fight.
Oh,
he's not
Cass. No, he does.
That's
a lot of reinforcements.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's going to hit before the Ultras come out. He may be able to kill this third now.
hatchery. Just stim and click. There you go. Cass is going. No, he's working on the click.
baby. Yep.
You want a piece of this?
You want a piece of this?
Yeah.
And GG's cold. All right, Cass.
Cass
takes out Sigua.
Cascade is back. That's a big win. That's a big win. Takes down their strong player.
And on Central Protocol as well, cross map, not bad at all.
Yeah, and this is great. So now, obviously, China has to revive a player, which we're assuming it's going to be Shiguro again.
Yeah,
so we could see a
think so.
rematch, but
I mean, it might be Tootming actually. Like I think that Tootming can do a lot better than he did in his first game today. Let's not forget, some of those ZVZs, sometimes you just look awful, but you're actually not awful. You just like you just misread a build a little bit, and then it just looks like you're getting ruffle stumped because before you know it, you're down 6 drones. Like if Tootming splits his drones against those 2 Banes of Ply and he doesn't lose 10 workers there, but he loses 3 or 4, we might be looking at a completely different game.
Yeah.
Of course, that was a big mistake. That shouldn't have happened, but. I
Maybe
wouldn't
tired
be
a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if Tootming is gonna give it another shot over here, because he is a very good Zerg as well. But
I felt he was really good last season at WCS, last year in the WCS in general. It was part of the Chinese players that you were like, okay, they actually earned their spot here.
And this guy's actually improving as well. While a lot of the other guys, as much as I love Jim, as much as I love Maxed, it's safe to say they stagnated, if not declined even. And that's it's not a nice thing to say, but it's just kind of true when you look at their results. Tootming on the other hand was one of the guys you could see like, hey, he's actually getting better with each WCS season.
Yeah.
All right. We are looking for the decision from the Chinese captain to decide who is going to revive.
Who is the captain? The captain
sure
is
Maxed.
Maxed is.
Is
Maxed.
Maxed is like, all right,
it's not me.
Screw you guys, it's me actually. And Shigo and Tootming are like, what? No.
I wouldn't mind a PVT though.
No, I wouldn't mind either, but I don't think Maxed has never liked PVT. I highly doubt
Phoenix Colossus.
I highly doubt he suddenly likes it.
The thing is they also have to know that whoever they choose now doesn't necessarily have to be the best guy against Terran. It needs to play Bly as well. If they win, they have to play Bly too. So
Shigua is the obvious choice.
I think it's Shigua too.
I think it's 60-40 Shigua Tootming. Yeah. Tootming is very good.
I think it's 95-5 Shigua.
I would say the same.
You guys want to give me those odds, 95-5?
Yeah.
I'll give you
so
50 cents.
€5,
50 cents.
€100.
No, I don't want to do
well,
that.
That's 20-1.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to wager $100 for 5.
Well,
I should have done it.
Should have done it.
It's like $5. And if I lost, I would have lost 100. I would be so mad.
Okay, Shigua it is. Rematch. Ruins of Ceres, another pretty big map. But did Cass just use his only Terran versus Zerg option?
Yeah, I mean, Shigua's not going to fall for that again.
Right?
This is also a very different map, a little easier to get creep connected to your third base.
Yeah.
But let's not forget that Runes of Serens, what if you get vertical spawning positions, That opens the door for some other cheeky stuff.
Exactly.
Even Kalaris would find that cheeky.
Kalaris finds
it
that
would be
cheeky.
so
And the bar for cheeky at Kalaris is pretty high.
It's pretty high.
I actually did a build like a reactor, Medivac, and Liberator at the same time. So you actually cover like a Hellion and Marine drop with your Liberator. That works really well in like close air position, stuff like that. Could take Shigua, by surprise.
I think it's safe to say cross position is a very bad scenario for Cass.
Really bad.
Horizontal is not great, but maybe he can work with it. And I think vertical is probably the best.
Yep. We'll see very shortly as this is Runes of Ceres. We're going to
TVZ
very
ratio,
briefly.
41%.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Slightly
very
small
large
sample size too.
Like, this is one of
Amazing sample size.
This is one of these maps where the longer it goes, I think the worse it becomes for Terran.
Yeah.
Like maybe eventually you can secure the gold with a planetary here and there, but you're gonna need a lot of sensor towers, missile turrets everywhere, and you have to worry about stuff like late game, even like Nidus networks. Late game, a bunch of cracklings in your base or a bunch of roaches, stuff like that is so annoying.
So the only thing I'm wondering is that Shigua showed us mutiling Baneling compositions. He was kind of forced to, but he was going for Spire early. So he wanted to go for that kind of stuff. We know Koreans do that in TVZ. They don't always go Roach Ravagers. They also play TVZ old school. But Shigua's creep spread was kind of lacking last game, right?
No,
I don't think it was good.
I think he was out of rhythm because of the way the game
Yeah, but still, you're supposed to be able to spread creep again when you get hit. That's how it works.
I felt he did a pretty good job. I mean, he played against like 8 to 10 Hellbats and double port Banshee. Like, are you really gonna criticize the guy for this creep spread there, Funk?
Yes, because it's a flat map. It's like easy to spread creep. This one is a little harder.
But
and
he
you
needed
still
all
need
his queen energy. Like he lost a bunch of tumors against the Hellions that split up. Then he also needed his energy. Oh, sorry.
It's gas.
Yeah, it's gas.
Sorry, boys.
That's a beautiful picture
because
of gas.
the French stream is actually waiting for us to introduce.
Coca spinning around. He's like, guys, introduce this guy. Spotting
It's
on
a
the left
rematch.
top side of Runes of Saris is Jigua, also known as Watermelon.
Watermelon guy.
You gotta squeeze it in, mate.
I love it.
Squeeze it in. You see.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Reminder for all guys at home as well is we are playing group stages over 2 days.
Yes.
So we are currently in the winners match for Group A, which will see the Ukraine or China go through in first place, and the loser bracket or lower bracket will be played tomorrow. So Norway will play Taiwan in the opening game tomorrow to see if they can survive in, which would be huge if they went out. And then, of course, the winner of that will play the loser of the Ukraine and China for the decider match, which will get our second nation qualified through. And then, of course, the day after, we go into Group B, which has France.
Cocorico.
You guys are gonna go so ham. I think this entire
France,
place is gonna go ham
Australia,
when France
Sweden,
playing.
Poland. It's gonna be so sick.
Well, let's just be honest. France is going to lose the pig.
Look at those roaches go.
Coca is not liking that talk. France is gonna beat
Pig is
Australia.
liking it.
France is gonna beat Australia, but it's gonna be hard afterwards. And I'm really worried.
I think France is very good right now.
I also think so, but I'm
I
kind of
think
worried
there are
about
two nations
Poland.
better than France right now, and
Poland and Germany.
The UK.
No, Korea and Holland.
Oh, okay. Well, we could have said the UK and the Netherlands, but the UK are out, so I
I mean,
understand.
Clad the lad.
Clad the lad.
He take down France
I have
by
no idea
himself.
who Clad the lad is, but I'm already a fan.
Oh, he's a massive fan of you two.
Okay, Cass trying to scout out with the first Reaper. He didn't scout it with the SCV. And he's gonna go to the vertical spawn. But he's not here.
No, he's got to keep searching, and he has gone double gas pretty fast again here, Cass.
See, for instance, he didn't check with the SCV for the overload coming from the vertical position. What you should do always, like go at the bottom of your base
Like
and check it.
118,
It's like
120?
120, I
120.
think. And he didn't even bother. And then he scouted the vertical position
Yeah,
that he could
that's
have
silly.
ruled out
Yep.
in some way.
Good point there, Funka. Unless the Zergs know that you're doing that now and they actually scout on the mineral
Guys,
side.
these four, they're going south. Imagine if the four Zerglis went north. This is actually a bit of a problem. There's nothing there.
There is actually nothing. A reactor building in a factory,
reactor
that's
building.
it.
I mean, where's the second Reaper?
The cell no guitar in the middle.
Okay, well, that's gonna...
He's gonna lose an SCV.
Yep. And maybe even more.
And maybe more. But the starport
But
starts up
that's
as well.
still
so
annoying. Like,
maybe able to keep it alive.
the Hyperino.
Yeah.
Cass. That's it, Cass.
But there's still one more Zergling behind enemy lines.
It's okay though. He won't get
This
anything.
guy.
Door
He
is
smells
closed.
blood in the water. It's like Jaws, dude.
He does get a good scout though. He gets starport and the barracks of the tech lab, so
He knows everything.
he does.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows. He knows.
Roach
Warren this
pretty
time.
early.
Roaches over everything. Roaches on his mind.
Roaches and Ravages, man. He's the best combo. And alright, so he sees Hellions and Reapers, Banshee and Cloak this time into the old tech lab on the old barracks.
Does he know? Does he have a clue that a roach attack might happen? Okay, he's gonna go for lair.
It's not going to be a roach.
I don't think
It's
it's a roach attack. I think these are defensive
Yeah,
roaches.
Funker.
Agreed. Seriously?
You don't know.
Seriously.
But he can use Ravages, I suppose. But
Yeah. Lending corrosive bile to Banshees or Phoenixes is like impossible.
it is hard.
It's like hitting the lottery. Lightning doesn't strike in the same place
Same
twice.
place twice?
Yeah.
But corrosive bile does. So
Ooh.
as long as you avoid those
Okay.
And that hurts. That hurts quite a lot when it hits some multiple time a unit.
Word of my production's interesting.
I think he's worried maybe about some roach pressure. He wants to be aggressive with the Banshees. You don't want to keep the Banshees at home, so why not go for a
He's
safety
playing
mine?
so passively.
Yeah.
I mean, Shigwa is probably thinking at this game, he's like, man, I should have never lost against this guy.
Yeah.
Protocol. This is not going to happen again. Like, I don't really care what you do, but I'm going to be very safe. I'm going to be very,
Makes sense.
you know...
Oh, he's going to switch up styles too. He's going to play the old
Range.
Roach Ravager style,
And
which
those
is
aliens.
very good right
or
now.
Roach Bane.
No, it's Roach Ravager, man.
I'm kidding.
But they're really
He
good.
might
Spore is a little late.
list.
Ooh, he's gonna lose
Okay.
some drones. And he gets everything scouted.
Imagine if Cass kills off China. It's so sick. Bly, you know what, bro? Cass is on fire.
Cass on fire.
Oh, poor Bly. He's been playing his heart out for months.
And then Cass comes and steals his thunder.
And he's gonna lose the Banshee though.
But hell, he's on the third. Woo!
Wow, Cass doing some
All right.
serious work here. I mean,
More like Shigua's literally on fire. Woo!
Oh.
All right,
You're
Cass, let's
so
keep
good
going,
tonight.
bro.
I mean, he did kind of need to do economic damage with
Yes.
his opening because he opens up with Cloak Banshees, a bunch of Hellions, third CC is relatively late, but that was good.
Considering how conservative Shigua was by not joining up
Yeah,
his
that
third,
should not have happened.
and then still loses 10 drones is pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
He was so safe, so passive, and
Still
Cass
lose 10
still found
drones.
a window. He's probably a little bit rusted about it as well. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 10 drones that I could have avoided, just to lose in general.
yeah,
And I
losing
mean,
like 3, 4, maybe 5, but 10 was a little too
well,
much.
the run by on the third base was like the oldest trick in the book. Like
Yeah,
Banshee to
Banshee
the
in the
second
net.
base,
I
run
know.
bait to the turn.
I don't even play TVZ, but I know that one. It's like-
Yep. It's a classical one. And now Roach is getting picked off in the middle of the map.
Wow.
Okay, he's going to go back a little bit. Upgrades a little bit further for a Chinese player. And that's a good thing when you fight Roach 1-1 against Marine without any upgrades, you get shredded.
Yeah.
Like in general, Marines and Ravagers, they don't trade really well cost effectively in general. So he needs tanks.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just keeps on building Banshees.
You
Something
can
that
keep
people
building
just...
Banshees.
That's really good.
Maybe a lot of
But he's
Widow
got-
Mines with drilling claws.
Yeah, I tried that. It's not mine. It's not that...
Yeah.
I
Widow
wish it
Mine
would
carpet.
work, but...
Wale.
What does Moment think?
Wale. That's all.
He's
That's all.
feeling
One
it.
thinks Wale.
Where is Moment today?
I don't know. Probably watching at home.
Where is Moment?
Where
Where's
is he?
Moment?
He's,
Where's
he's
Moment?
still shivering from that
Canary.
interview he did.
Yeah.
Oh, 11 Ravagers.
It's all about the Roach Ravager, boys. No one cares about Hydros in this matchup. It's all about Roach Ravager.
That is so scary.
I mean, what if 5 Banshees show up?
Where?
You
Okay.
try your best to hit them. You got a lot of corrosive battles, so you could like make an area.
A landing strip?
A landing strip, exactly.
Is he crossing the map with the Roach and Ravagers? No, he's actually
No.
coming back a little bit, which is weird. But
Another-
still taking the control of Zenaga.
Come on, Casket 2-2, bro. Don't keep forgetting this upgrade, bro.
Yeah, he was a little
Why?
limited as well on Central Protocol. 4 seconds on that.
Yeah, he did.
He was good at that at Hots, though.
There we go.
7 more Ravagers.
Okay,
Sean.
that's good.
That's a lot of Roach
He's going to
Ravagers,
be
man.
able to land corrosive
You gotta play.
bile for
You gotta play
days.
super defensive. The thing is to beat this is yes, it is strong, but it eventually it's the same like in Roach Hydra in Heart of the Swarm. It's good, but then it wears down. Obviously, the bigger the Terran
like
bio
150, 160 supplies where I think it starts losing its real effect, right? So he's probably
exactly,
just going to go for it.
especially when you have 2-2, right?
Drilling claws.
Oh, good call.
All right,
good
but
call.
I think he might
But
die
still,
before it, though.
Yeah,
I don't
by
think
now,
he's got enough.
No tanks.
No combat shields.
Yeah.
There's no combat shield. He's
No
got
2-2.
1-1 against 1-1 Roaches.
The Banshees can be good, but he has to keep evading the shots all the time. So
Where are they? Okay, then.
They're
back.
there.
He's bringing the queens as well to deal with the Banshees. Queens are a little bit out of position. No,
nice start. Good
Shigua.
start. Good start.
Very good start.
Now corrosive bile is going to go down.
Anticipation, corrosive bile.
Dodge.
You can't defend that third base. No.
He's
I forbid
avoiding
it.
all the mines as well because of this. It's
Yes.
actually quite nice. Well, one mine.
So
No, he snipes it as well.
Dude, look at how cuts effective
he
that
can also
population
kill
is.
across the battle anyway.
Yep.
Look at the Banshees forever.
Okay,
Kite forever.
I mean, this
Banshees are saving the day.
Oh no, he's killing himself.
It's a pretty good defense. I
Almost
think.
got a Banshee in the process, though.
Keep dodging, keep dodging, keep dodging.
He's down 90 supply though, Sean.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It looks cool though. He's
Yeah.
slowly chipping away, but I guess he's not dealing.
He got one Banshee with the corrosive pile.
Yeah, that's
Can he get
very
the
nice.
second one? But still, in general, look at how cost
Yep.
effective it is.
What?
No
Wow.
tanks.
Yeah.
GG. You can't defend this with it.
I didn't want to call you out too hard on that one, but I was like, you know.
But he was looking nice. It's
Yeah.
just he just wasn't doing it fast enough.
Yeah, he was doing good. He was just fighting with 105 against 189. Like, gets a
So-
little rough.
And it's even worse than before with just roaches and the transition into Ravagers.
Yeah.
High risk. Usually it was 1-1 roach timing into roach Hydra 2-2.
Yeah.
1-1 against 1-1 bio. Just roaches traded kind of good, considering Marauder was a little bit better.
Yeah.
And
now that
Ravagers,
army has to run away half
Yeah.
the time, so they're not actually shooting. Like what some people don't really get yet, the true power of corrosive bio is not even necessarily landing on the bio units. It's forcing these bio units to run away all the time, so they're not actually shooting at the Zerg units. And
Exactly.
then when they come back in range, they eat the first shot again, over and over and over again. And that's like the true strength of that ability.
Exactly.
And obviously you can tank it, because then it does do quite a bit of damage.
It's like, I want to DPS a little bit more, and then
Yeah.
Marine just dies because it does.
Yeah. The only other option is just like Hell or Glory. You stimp forward and just like hawk the Ravagers, but then you better be damn sure you win the fight.
Yeah.
So maybe if you have like 10 Widow Mines with Drilling Claws, you can actually do something like that. You can just run in head first. I think it's safe to say that we know who is going to be sent out for Ukraine.
I think we do. It's Demago.
Demago's like, respect your elders, Bly.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for me,
You know what, mate?
you wouldn't
still
even
are-
be here.
You still have that spare tire in the back of the car.
It's like, you want to have a qualify for the international tournament again, you let me play right now.
Yeah.
Or I drop everything I have in life and I go full time. And we both know what happens when I go full time again.
I wonder what the head-to-head is between
Bly
over
and
the
Dima?
years. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
That's an interesting
Dimaga's
question.
leading, I think. I think
Yeah,
Dima's leading it.
You think?
I would agree.
I think
much?
Dimaga's leading like 65%. 65-35. It's close.
56-43.
46-43.
Wow. Yeah. 56-44. It's pretty close though.
Yeah.
And if you look in the last
my
year,
favor of Bly.
it's actually very heavily favored by Bly. It
Interesting.
used to be always Demago,
Yeah, in the early days.
but it's all Bly.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
all 2015. Like 2015 is not really a year where you can, like if you remove 2015, then it already starts becoming a little more in favor of Dima.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Bly, boys.
It is going to be Bly.
Yeah,
Of course it's gonna be Bly.
Obviously.
Oh well, we missed the countdown. But
Yeah,
we
we did.
already
No,
know.
I'm just mentioning in case people wonder. Bly is gonna be the next player. So once again, a rematch.
A rematch.
And Bly tried to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And once again, Shigua showed us that in ZVZ, you don't want to mess with that guy in the early game.
No.
No, this is going to be a very tough match. I mean, I know that Bly was relatively confident going into this clan war or team battle before,
Yeah.
but we already said it. It's probably going to be a little bit closer than that, and you don't underestimate these Chinese Zergs. Tudming or Jigawa, it would have been very difficult. Like that Bly was able to defeat Maxed after he played extremely well against Sparting. That's not a shocker to me.
No,
and he
not at
dominated
all.
Maxed. That was a very deserved victory. But Jigawa is a Zerg you don't underestimate. He's good, and this won't be easy.
This is going to be a huge game.
3-3, boys.
It's
Like-
just 3-3, one map left, and it's all come down to this. We are going to take a very quick break to get the players ready to build the suspense before we get into it. So we're going to go to that, and when we come back, we will have the first nation in the top 8. Welcome back, everybody, to Nation Wars 3, the final map of Day 1, Group A. Winners match as we get the first country going through to the quarterfinals, and it will be either Ukraine or who?
China.
Do you think it
the
will be
People's
China?
Republic?
The People's Republic of China.
Shigua is playing well enough to beat Bly. Once again, let's not talk about all in general. It all goes down to one map between Bly and Shigua. Can Shigua make it? Yes.
Yeah.
He did it in the past. He played really well. And in general, just Bly plays aggressively in the early game in ZVZ. He showed it numerous times. And
Yeah.
Shigua just says, I can take it. So
Shigawa was
So
Shigawa was the runner-up of WCG in 2011, right? Or
Yes.
2010.
2011.
Yeah, 2011. That's correct.
This is a
Lost
pretty
against
aggressive
MVP.
map too, this next one. Lerilic Crest is pretty aggressive Zerg versus Zerg, just
Yeah.
because of the ramp size on the natural, so...
It's kind of an annoying name to say, right, for a map name?
Lerilic
Lerilic
Crest?
Say it 5 times.
No. I'll mess up. All right, Funkadunker. Slam dunk this one.
on the top right, the question is, can he keep being on fire? Because he has been before, but now he needs to close it out for Ukraine. It is Bly.
How much water does this man have with him to put out the fire once and for all? He's hailing from China. It is, of course, Jigua. How much water can he squeeze out of this watermelon of his? All right, and it's a gas and a pull. Shigua's going hatch first, but he has to know by now. Like, he cannot make an extra drone. Don't make. Oh, he made an extra
Well, the thing
drone.
is, he holds it when he does this anyway. Like every time.
Do you
he's
remember the
held it-
number of drones that he built afterwards?
Yeah, he. So he gets this. He did this too. Like every time
Seriously?
he's played, Bly and Demaga, he's both held it against them with this build.
With hatchery, double drone, gas, spawning pool.
17,
That is
17, bro.
that is really surprising to me. I thought the pool was going down before extractor.
That's what we said every time.
He's
man.
still mining. He's still mining gas as well. So it's probably good to be very early bait version.
So yeah, today we've seen a lot of just circling speed, but yeah, Bly goes up another notch.
Yeah. And then I think it's going to be a lot more tricky to defend, because Bly, I mean, we've seen that before as well. Wasn't Bly against Stootming? All you need is 2 Banelings to connect with that mineral line, and Bly obviously knows the sweet spot in that mineral line where you can get, instead of 4 drones, he gets 10, which still blows my mind. I have no idea how 2 Banelings killed 10 drones, but it happened.
It's also, on this map, there's so much room to move around with Banelings in general. It's going to be harder to snipe them than
Also,
on most maps.
Bly doesn't know where he is either, so he's going south. He doesn't quite know. He's going to see the second overlord in a second, so then he'll know.
Now he knows.
Yeah, he knows now.
Yep. He's
and
immediately running.
So does Shigua.
Yeah, Shigua's making nothing but links already. He knows immediately what time it is. He's going to throw Spike on the low ground, by the way.
So he's going to attempt a hold here. He's got to be careful with his
Banelings. 4 Banelings are morphing on the left side near the rocks. Overlord does spot him.
That is really good for Shigua.
That helps.
Knowing.
I mean, it's still no, Shigua!
No! No, that's like the worst thing ever to hold this.
That's terrible loss
and
for
now
him.
Zergling's getting picked off because they don't have Zergling speed.
God.
And Spinecrawler is on the low ground. No, Shigua, not like this. Good Micro on those Zerglings, though.
Queen wraparound. You can get the other queen, the Spinecrawler.
That's a lot of speedlings, though. Shigua's in a lot of trouble right now.
Oh, damn.
Where are the Zerglings? I mean, he has a couple links out there, but 2 queens picked off already. Does he have a spine in the main middle line? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay, he's in so much trouble.
No, this game is dead. It's dead as a doorknob. This is going to be a victory for Bly. What a great play again to be so consistent with this, but
still 2 hatcheries against 1. I mean, I know it's 14 drones against 11. I know it's bad for Shigua, but
can he flood him? He's starting to hold.
Yeah, well, the thing is about another 8 on the way, right?
Spiney's not dead, though.
Yeah, the spine is okay, yeah.
Okay, he's got more lava.
14, I mean, I think it's still... No, don't do that. He should really cherish every ling right now. It's like it's his firstborn child.
Yeah. Seriously, if he can get... How many queens does he have?
One. Just one.
Okay, 1 queen.
Okay, wow.
That's a really good trade for Shigua.
Now just get out of there in time. Like, don't make the same mistake as you made before. Okay. Okay, another Bane for 2 Link. This is actually good. More and more Banes being invested over here by Bly. Still single hatchery production for Bly. 2 hatchery production for Shigua.
Oh, that's
less drones though.
Yeah, he is on less drones, but 2 hatcheries. Oh, careful. This is so risky. This guy's playing with hyping against Banes.
Ooh, can he go around? Can he go straight to the main? Now he's going to take the fight in frontal, getting the queen. That's a really good start. That Baneling is going to die for nothing.
Oh, no. Pop.
Oh!
10 supply against 8 though. He's starting to hold.
He's lost his queens now, so he doesn't have the production.
Yep.
Or solid defense. So
I mean, he still has 2 hatcheries. Isn't 2 hatcheries, no queen, better than 1 hatch, 1 queen?
No, I don't think so.
It's 3 queen per cycle of inject, so...
It's like that even then.
Yeah, maybe even. I don't really know. I should do the math about that, actually.
I think it's just, you just get 3 larva right now for an inject, right?
Yeah, you do. Only 3 lava. He's still holding, and once again, he's alive.
Oh!
And as I say that, he loses 5 links that he cannot afford.
2 more links against 2 more.
In the main.
Careful.
Okay, he's going into the main.
Yeah, he's got the drones.
Okay, this is deadly. This is super deadly right now. The Banes did a really good job. Oh my god, so he's losing so many drones.
Yeah,
and
GG!
Does it again for his country.
Bly!
Does it again. First place country. Through to the bracket.
Bravo.
Well done, Bly. Good victories
Well done,
again.
Ukraine. Well done, Bly.
He was the best performing player in the qualifiers. Biggest wins today as well for his team.
Yeah. He did lose. He did drop
couple of
some
games.
maps, and that's the second time that we see when Bly sends himself first and he loses. Always goes to 4-3. Like, they need to fix it when he gets revived once again. So that's a really nice story because they owe quite a lot of that qualification to Bly. But
yeah, for sure.
Still, Dimaga won a map, and today Cass played and won a map
Cass
also.
won a very important map here as well.
He beat Shigua.
Yeah, that was a very important map.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's a good chance that Shigua has one shot.
Games
yeah,
against
two
Bly.
games
Yeah.
against Bly, and then there is a much bigger shot that maybe China takes this victory. So overall, this was a great effort by the entire Ukraine team. A very close match, very fun match.
Yeah.
And even that last one, man, like that came down to the wire. It's one or two banes. It's one time those 6 links surrounding that one bane link. And if that doesn't happen, it's a completely different game. ZVZ so tense always and comes down to those fraction of seconds. And Bly played phenomenal.
He did, and he's got his team through to the bracket stage. Ukraine back on top, at least for now, in the European scene. Good to see them fighting back up.
Yeah, and securing the first spots, which is going to be really important. As we said earlier, everybody wants to avoid Korea, who everybody sees going through as first place. So, that's already something that you cross out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're going to be facing a non-Korean team in the
quarterfinals.
Most likely. It's not 100% sure, but most likely you're not going to face Korea in the quarterfinals, which makes you in a good position to get to Paris.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing result for
and
Ukraine.
that's the goal for everyone, pretty much.
Obviously.
The minimum goal is to get to Paris for everyone. That's
playing at offline finals for your country, that is truly amazing.
Yeah. And then anything can happen when you're offline finals. So that's a big win. Congratulations.
Really happy for Ukraine and Bly.
But that means now tomorrow, when we will go to the winners interview in a quick moment with Bly and hear some words from him and his team. But tomorrow now we have Norway versus Taiwan, and then the winner of that goes up against China for a chance to be second.
And it's going to be hard. Whether it's Taiwan or Norway, China is going to be really, really hard to just kick out of the top 8.
Yep, these guys are actually very good at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
I think maybe Maxet, maybe Maxet plays very different in the PvP, and we're going to see a better side of him. But it's going to get tricky for sure to defeat China for both Taiwan and Norway.
Shigwa and Bly both got 6 wins today each.
You know what I think is the most beautiful maybe about this win for Ukraine is that it will probably fuel a lot of motivation for both Kaz and Dimaga, because they're probably thinking about playing the game, but it's always like, what are you playing for? When does WCS start? And now suddenly it's like, guys, we actually have a very realistic shot at making it to Paris, and maybe even more, maybe getting another payday. And that's something that hasn't been in reach for players like Kaz and Dimaga for a while. So
really
I think this is actually awesome for them.
It is really cool. I would be happy to see Ukraine just reach the
top.
top.
I mean, they've always been great guys. All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, White, and then you know that if Ukraine's going to be there, White was going to be there.
White was coming to Paris.
White is going to be like, Bly, you're the star player, but I'm the captain.
Let me be the coach. Coach White Rock.
I am the captain.
I'm pretty sure
we take Ukraine flag and defend it.
I'm pretty sure if you ask Kerry, he will say okay for White Rat to be the captain.
Of course, man.
He wouldn't mind.
That would be so sick. But it sounds like we do have Team Ukraine on the phone, so we're going to head over to the guys to see what they have to say.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this final interview of the winning team. Todd, how did you watch this game?
On a chair over there. No, it was nice to see Ukraine win in the end, but I'm doing pretty awful in predictions. I predicted China with 4-3, so I'm 0-3 today. I don't know what's going on, but this keeps happening tournament after tournament, and it's starting to be a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's just a huge surprise. I was right. I was a 4-3 Ukraine, but let's say it was just luck or skill. And I was impressed by Shigwa. We will see him play tomorrow, though, with the Chinese team against the winner of Norway versus Taiwan, which will be an awesome match. We'll get them at 7 p.m. CET, so Central European time, and it's going to be a great day of matches. So I'm really, I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither.
I cannot wait the matches. Where is the skill? I want to see Starcraft.
Yeah, it's actually I like that we start 1 hour later because there is one match less. Like obviously today we did 3 matches, but then to finish the group there is only 2. So I think it's a good change. It will give people more opportunity to get off work or off school on time to make sure they can watch, or in this case, to be mixing at the table. Like, did you see some guy tweeted? He's literally in a club mixing as a DJ, and he has like the stream on the side.
Enjoying the night.
The dream, man.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty close. And a lot of tweets were sent tonight, yes, with people with huge screens and enjoying life and Starcraft 2, and that's what NationWars is about. So we really hope you like the games and you tune in tomorrow. But we should have the Ukrainian selection with us. Guys, congratulations. How are you doing? Cass, you start.
Oh, I'm very happy what we won today. Didn't expect it at all. I guess it is all about Bly and his just phenomenal shape. Very happy about it.
It's not just about Bly. You got a very important map score win yourself. Like, even though you said earlier you would prefer not to play, like you had to play, and then you took a very important map win.
Yeah, but we are pro players. We still have a shot, I guess. So it is not a big surprise to what I took one map, but as I said, I was pretty lucky, and it is not about I was better than Shigua. Just get some lottery of build and I won. But Bly really showed what he better play right now.
Well, that's a lot of humility, Cass. Daimaga, so how are you feeling going into the quarterfinals? Are you gonna play a lot? Are you gonna what are you gonna do? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I will try to do my best as always. I hope I will have a lot of time and I can prepare and be maybe better than Bly.
I said.
What about you, Bly, in terms of working with the rest of your team? Should we expect you now that you have made it into the quarterfinals? Are you going to focus mostly on yourself, or are you going to try to practice and talk very actively with your teammates to make sure like all of you are on points? And because like you are one match away from qualifying for the offline finals in Paris, which is going to be epic.
I will focus on my own performance, I think, because like I almost promised them that they don't need to play in playoffs. So I have to follow each match, and then they just come as visitors, and it would be a good idea, I think.
Well, you have to let your friends play. You cannot just be the only one playing, man. It's like
I guess they don't mind about it.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's fine, yeah.
So what went through your head, Bly, during this match against China? Did you think at some point you were maybe in a dicey situation? Maybe losing was possible?
Yeah, like it was really possible. I failed a bit, few times, and one of those times fail bring me to lose point. Second time, it was close. It was close to lose point. Like my banelings get out of group, and then like usually I have like links group 1, banks group 2, and here I had like every single one. And it was disaster, but I managed to like first split again and other stuff. I need to train harder to don't let it happen again, I guess.
Which one is the team that frightens you the most to encounter in a round of 8 amongst the other teams?
Korea.
Yeah, except Korea.
Poland.
Poland.
Yeah,
okay.
Poland.
And which team would you like to play against the most, if you could pick?
Wait a second. I need to check which team we would like to play. Mexico, Canada,
Australia,
Denmark, Netherlands.
Okay, everybody except Korea and Poland.
And Poland. I don't want to play teammate. I'm okay to play versus Poland in finals.
Okay.
Do you have final words for the people supporting you, your fans, anyone, starting with Daimaga?
Thanks a lot to everybody who just watching, and I hope you enjoy of this pretty thrill match, especially against China. And see you in playoffs.
Thank you, Damega. Kaz, do you have something to say?
Yes, thank you everyone who cheering for us. We're trying hard, believe or not, we're really trying hard and support us on next our matches, and we will show what we deserve to play in playoffs in France. That's
Okay.
all.
Thank you very much. Well, Bly, we already know what you're going to say. You're going to destroy 4-0 and there will be no match, right? But if you have something to add to it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for cheering for me. Next time I will do 4-0 as I promised before, because today it was only 3-0 and 3-1, I guess. Yeah, 3-0 and 3-1, which was not the best result. I'll try to improve a bit and to show some better OLEDs.
What is it going to take for you to look really happy? Do you have to win the tournament or?
Yeah, I have to win a tournament.
Okay, good to know. I have big expectations if you win the tournament.
We'll be here and we'll be taking videos. We'll see you smile. Thank you very much, guys, and congratulations again for Ukraine for qualifying.
Thanks.
You guys rock, and let's
Yes, we do.
Thank you very much. Have a great night. And yeah, that's comforting having the first of the round of 8 team qualified now. Really exciting.
Yeah, what a lovely bunch these guys are, for sure. I wonder, like, actually, if they were serious about Poland and stuff, maybe trolling a little bit here in the interview, but they're gonna make for a good matchup against anybody. They were going to the qualifiers with some big expectations, disappointed a little bit, and then they were going into these groups now on the round of 16 with a lot of doubters, myself included, but they really like shut us all up and qualified from the round of 8. So it's a nice story that they have going for them.
Yeah, super friendly, and they have a good spirit, it seems so. So we hope the best for them. Casters, well, it's time to wrap it up. It's been a pleasure, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, guys. Last couple of words from us here. Wale, Ukraine first through from group stages. Congratulations to those guys playing it in the bracket. We can have we'll take one final look at the bracket or group stages from what we've seen today. And there it is, confirmed. Ukraine go through after a 4-1 victory over the favourites per se, Norway, the previous two-time champions, and then 4-3 over China. Great display from them today.
Amazing play from Ukraine. Everybody has been putting a little bit of effort to get into the from the qualifiers to the round of 8.
Yeah.
We said it. Dimaga won some games. Cass did win a really important game, and then you've got Bly, who's able to take 3 or 4 opponents in the same at the same time. So that's a pretty good balance, I would say. Like one really good player and 2 experienced player that can make a difference at some points. Ukraine against Taiwan, Norway against Taiwan is going to be pretty exciting.
We'll be going into that tomorrow at 7 p.m. local time, which is 1 hour later than when our usual broadcast starts, or technically 1 hour 10 minutes later than when the broadcast usually starts.
10-minute old gaming delay.
The old gaming
time.
The old gaming time.
Time
so it's
zone.
like 1 hour 10 minutes later.
My
so
favorite
7 p.m. local.
My favorite moment of today is that like at every esports event I've ever been, if you're like, if nothing is ready like 2 minutes before, everybody's like running around and flying around and stressing and shouting, and here it's like 3 minutes past 6. Everybody's just chilling. And
We're starting soon.
5 minutes.
Are we starting soon, guys?
Yeah.
In a
Yeah,
second.
we start when
Almost
we're ready.
Almost ready. Well, is it close yet? A few minutes later.
Yeah. To be fair, you wanted to get a baguette just 10 minutes before the broadcast.
No, that was at least 20 minutes.
That was at least half an hour. Half an hour. 40. Half an hour.
By the way, like all the chocolates were gone, but even all my Kinder Buenos were gone.
No!
All 5. I didn't have a single one.
You didn't get one?
No, they took all the Kinder Buenos. I bought a 6-pack of Kinder Buenos and I didn't get one.
You should quit. You should quit casting or gaming, man.
It's
just
right.
like what? My Kinder Buenos.
chocolate before I can cast.
I just want to get a baguette tomorrow.
We will. We're going to take you to Paul tomorrow. We're going to get some real baguette, man.
All right.
So 7 p.m. CET, we start
7
tomorrow.
Correct.
7:10.
With 2 matches.
Yeah.
Norway versus Taiwan, and then the winner versus China to find out who will be in second place before moving on to Saturday, where we'll be going into Group B, where France play. the opening match against Australia.
Yep,
Man, that's
France,
gonna be
Australia.
super hype.
Ooh, it's gonna be really
You
hype.
guys are already super loud. Like even when we're just walking around here and I hear the French guys, it's like, man, those guys are going to have.
Yeah, man.
Like,
just you
I
wait.
think when France plays, it's actually going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Except if we get smashed 4-0, and then everybody's gonna
That's
be
not
like,
gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
That can't happen.
You're right. You're right.
That's not gonna happen.
No, not against Australia. No, not against
Not
Australia.
until,
but
not until you meet Holland.
I'm really, really afraid of Poland. But we'll see. We'll see.
You turn more all kill.
So 4 days straight, anyways. So just you want to watch Starcraft every single night. You know where to go.
Yeah, you know
Twitch.tv.
where to go.
Gaming Inter.
For international Inter. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you, Roddy, for joining us in the Your Gaming Studios.
Really happy to see you here.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m.